beautiful West Point Saturday here along the banks of the Hudson River, set for Army football as they welcome in the Owls of Temple from the American Athletic Conference. Army trying to remain undefeated here on the home field and get their 6th win of the season here today. Busy day on the network. We kick it off. 4 games coming your way. It's Temple out of the American Athletic Conference and the Black Knights of Army. And we welcome you upstairs to our broadcast position alongside my broadcast partner, Jay Feely. John Schriffen down on the field. My name is Ben Holden. A pleasure and an honor to be with you. And Jay, here's the deal in this game. For Army, 5-2. They get this win today. They're bowl eligible in back-to-back years for the first time in over 30 years. For Temple, coming off 10-win seasons, new coach this year, Matt Rhule at Baylor. They're 3-4, but they've got bigger issues to deal with today. They do. They got injuries all over the offensive line, the defensive line, and then none more important than that quarterback, Logan Michie, not going to play, was injured last week. You're going to see Futile come in there. He's smarter. He makes good decisions. Not as big as an arm as Michie, but they're allowing him to go out there and make good decisions, get the ball to their playmakers. Going to be a key to watch, certainly, throughout this ball game here today. For Army, Ahmad Bradshaw, the senior out of Chicago, their offensive captain, the clear-cut leader of the offense. 2nd straight 100-yard game last week against Eastern Michigan. Climbed over 2,000 yards in his career. That's elite company. What's he done so well this year, Jay? He's making really good decisions. This triple option, you have to quickly get in, decide whether or not to give it to the fullback, and then bring it around the end, decide whether to pitch it or run with it. He's stronger, he's faster, he's exploding into that second level, but he's protecting the ball, only 2 fumbles. That is a priority for this team, and he's doing such a great job running this triple option. Been fun to watch, and he's hoping for another big day. Down to the 3rd member of our broadcast team, John Schriffen, with more on all those Temple injuries. John.
Well, Ben, with offensive line so banged up for Temple, the key will be to focus on the center. Gordon Thomas, the former 3rd-string, former walk-on, is making his first career start today. But he is no stranger to head coach Geoff Collins. During meetings, he sits the 3rd seat to the right of Coach Collins. That's a seat reserved for one of his favorite players, a guy who works hard in practice and shows a positive attitude. Well, if he can make sure to have clean center to quarterback snaps and no fumbles today, he will be a favorite of Coach Collins, certainly for the rest of the season. Ben? Yeah, no question, John. I don't think a seat will be moving. There is Geoff Collins. Last 2 years, the defensive coordinator at Florida. Jeff Monken trying to get his team its 6th win of the season here today. This will be Mike Jones returning this kick for Temple. Army won the toss. They deferred, so Temple gets it. Temple going south to north here at Michie Stadium along the banks of the Hudson River. And time for our Chick-fil-A starting lineups. You mentioned him, Jay, the young man starting today, product of Don Bosco Prep down in New Jersey. There's Frank Newtile. Not a lot of numbers for him in his career. Hasn't played much, obviously, his first career start. Came in, battled for the job in training camp. Didn't win the job, obviously. Tore his ACL as a freshman, getting a great opportunity today. Here he goes. First pass of the game is complete and caught at the 30-yard line, as he was able to find one of his 2 tight ends, Chris Myrick, there for a decent pickup there for Temple. Chick-fil-A lineups, who do you highlight for Temple among these guys, Jay? Well, Isaiah Wright is the best receiver on this team. You'll see him in the slot a lot. Makes good routes, catches the ball well, is explosive. He can test that secondary for Army. So a pickup on that first down play of 8. They'll get it on the ground here. Tackle made by Cole Christensen. It was David Hood with the carry, the first down run. Army defense, Jay, Chick-fil-A sponsors that. Who do you highlight today amongst this group? James Notagoa has just been a stud throughout the year. 50 tackles on the year, doesn't overthink things, just explodes, is aggressive. Jay Bateman loves this kid. Had a career-high 13 tackles last week, and that dramatic win over Eastern Michigan. Open man far side. It's a first down. It is caught by Adonis Jennings. They have a plethora of receivers through Temple they can go to. We look back at this Army defense. They've done a good job. Not quite as good as they were last year, 4th in the nation, but getting better every game. Played well last week. Although now you look down the field, you're going to see these formations. It's something that Geoff Collins talked about. Here's White in at quarterback, and Army gets there. And that play goes backwards. Nice job there. Cam Jones back in the lineup this week with a big stop there for the Black Knights.
Dave Patnaugh, the offense coordinator for Temple, told us you're going to see a lot of these cheesecake, Philly, flyer, all these different formations. Try to confuse this Army defense.
Loss of 3, but they use the Flyers, the 76ers, the Eagles. They got something big. Probably got a Bon Jovi set, right? Here's a pass to right near side. Got a good block. Slip, put his hand in the ground, and he gets a good chunk of what they lost in the previous play back. A flag comes in late, and Army is wound up down there. They had to get Gibby Gibson out of the way, who made that amazing stop on that two-point conversion last week. Stuart Mullins, our referee. He was the man that wore the white hat for the Army-Navy game last year. Here's the verdict.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 17, offense, 15-yard penalty. The down counts, 3rd down.
So that was on Adonis Jennings, and we get down to John Schriffen quickly.
Well, I've been watching defensive coordinator Jay Bateman for Army, and he is trying to give adjustments to his players on the field. They were looking for the regular starter to be in this game, but as we said, Frank Newtile was a late addition. Temple did not make anyone else aware of that during the week, and Army was not aware of that either. So now they're having to make an adjustment on the fly to be ready for this new quarterback. Ben?
Yeah, it took us by surprise yesterday. Thanks, John. 3rd and 20. Bateman will use that aggression that he likes his defense to play with. Ton of time for Newtile. He's going to run it. Takes a shot. Ackerman finished him off as he just got over the midfield line. And the punt team will come on for the first time today for Temple, Jay.
Huge penalty by Adonis Jennings. You're going to be 3rd and 5. You probably would be in 2-down territory there. Because you get the penalty, you're backed way up. You can't go for it on 4th down, and you have to punt. And you had a promising drive going.
So there's Mike Reynolds back. How about this stat, Jay? Army has not returned a kick or a punt in a game since late September of 2007 for a touchdown. As Reynolds is back, Starzyk, a low kick. And Reynolds, decent run back there.
That was an excellent job by Reynolds to come up, field it on the hop so that that ball doesn't trickle down inside the 5-yard line. Now Army has it with good field position.
And their captain, Ahmad Bradshaw, after a 37-yard punt, will lead the offense when we come back. 3rd week in October, and we've got a beautiful West Point Saturday like a postcard. Temps in the mid-70s. Time for our Chick-fil-A lineups, and we begin with a young man out of Chicago, number 17, Ahmad Bradshaw, and what he's done this year, and he'll look to lead this team down the field. Of course, it was last year, Jay, that Army opened with a win at Temple, opened a lot of eyes.
That really started this whole progression for him.
Yeah.
You said it opened eyes. I think it opened their own eyes.
Sure.
They had struggled. They didn't have a win they could hang their hat on. You know, and Ahmad Bradshaw has done such a great job of protecting the ball. Only 2 fumbles. That alone has been the key to their offense.
Darnell Woolfolk back in the backfield, starting the game today. Had 9 carries last week after missing 3 games, was injured against Ohio State, and has come back, recovered. The Army offense, who do you highlight to their credit today?
You and I both love Kel Walker.
Yes.
He is explosive. He's added an element to this offense that they didn't have. They don't throw the ball. They're averaging 18 yards total per game. That's last in FBS. But because of Kel Walker and his ability to explode and to give him a different dynamic, it's made them a much better offense.
Walker last week, another 100-yard game. Walker and Bradshaw in the last 2 have combined for 534 and 7 touchdowns. Here goes Army, big run. It's Woolfolk. He's got the first down into the Army sideline. The march continues. They'll move the sticks. The Temple defense, Jay, who do you like there amongst this group today?
Well, you're going to look at Devlin Randall. He's their do-everything safety. He's going to be down in the box today to try to stop that triple option, but he is an awesome player. Started every game last year. One of their constants on this defense.
Here's a look at Randall, junior out of Pittsburgh. 3 interceptions in his last 3 games. Bradshaw, good pursuit there by the left side of that Temple defense, and Bradshaw lucky to get back to the line as we look at Jay's extra points.
Temple has to attack the middle against Army. They've struggled in the secondary, cover in the middle, and then stop the fullback at all costs. Tabor Johnson, their D coordinator, told us that's the #1 priority. Army, keep Walker involved. He's made your offense so much better. Continue to find unique ways to get in the ball, and then don't get distracted. We saw it on the first drive. Temple's going to throw all these different formations at you and then run their basic plays, so you have to kind of decipher it, not get distracted.
Keep our eyes on that. Connor Slumka's now the fullback. And Slumka gets it. And a good pickup there across the 50-yard line for Connor Slumka. Stop made by Sean Chandler.
One of the keys all year that Brent Davis has talked to us about with his offensive line is not having tackles for a loss. They're #1 in FBS, allowing the fewest tackles for a loss per game, less than 3. You saw on the first down there, because Temple was able to get in the backfield, get him on Bradshaw, it put him behind the chains, and now you have 3rd and 6.
There's Brent Davis, the Army offensive coordinator. What's he going to dial up here on 3rd down and 6?
Kel Walker's in the back. They love to hand him to him when he's back there.
Slumka's the fullback. Here's Bradshaw. And he held on to it. Randall dropped him down. And he just got back barely to the line of scrimmage. So 4th down here from midfield. Just over midfield, and the punt team's not yet come on.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I think they'd punt here. It's 4th and 6. It's probably in a situation, even though they're so aggressive. You see Potter come in. He threw a pass last week. It was dropped by Thomas, but it was a perfect pass. We joked it was the best pass they threw all year.
So Jones is back. Zach Potter, as Jay mentioned, on to boot it away. High school quarterback. Fair catch called for at the 18-yard line by Mike Jones. Big part of their football team and special teams and on defense. Temple and Army. Timeout, 32-yard punt as these two teams are scoreless here at Michie Stadium. Big plays you see from these teams throughout the year. Looking forward to seeing what happens when Temple gets it when they come back on offense for the 2nd time after this. Back here at Michie Stadium, Ben Holden, Jay Feely, John Schriff, and all of our crew with 8:35 to go in the first quarter. Time now to take a look at our GMC game changer. It's Temple senior fullback Nick Sharga. He's the guy today, and that top line says an awful lot about him. A semifinalist for the Campbell Trophy. It's an academic version of the Heisman Trophy. He does a lot of little things for their football team.
Yeah, he hasn't played as much the last 2 weeks because they've gone away from 2 backs, going only to 1 back like you see him right now. Tough physical fullback.
2nd possession of the game for Temple. Frank Newtile, their starter. Logan Michie unable to go at the quarterback spot. He finds a man, dropped it! Jones, no. Diving attempt by Cam Jones, but it hit the turf.
The pass is incomplete. 2nd down.
Ventel Bryant, the target they wanted.
Ball definitely hit the ground.
Yep.
Cam Jones getting some playing time. He was kind of in Jay Bateman's doghouse for a little while. Back in action, getting time, starting at cornerback.
Rob Rich Ravato is in at the running back spot. They don't go to him. A dangerous play there.
That was close to a lateral.
It was very close. As they went to Isaiah Wright. Incomplete, 3rd and 10 coming up.
Looking to see if this ball goes backwards. That's right down the line. They didn't call it a fumble on the field either.
3rd and 10, new line in there for Temple. A lot of injuries up front. New quarterback here today.
Ruling on the previous play is under further review.
So there's the word from Stuart Mullins, our replay official today, Rusty Acree. So they're going to take a look at this.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete forward pass.
There's what they called. They got to find indisputable evidence to overturn that. We'll see if they do. What do you think?
I think it's going to be hard to find indisputable evidence to overturn it.
Yeah, I do too.
It has to be definitive, and the look that we got right here is a great look by our camera guys coming right down the line. You know, it's where, and not where it goes now, it's where it hits his hands.
Yeah.
It would be a difference of
so right around the 14-yard line. This will be a really good look here.
Right at the 14 is where he throws it, just inside.
After review, the pass was backward. It will be placed at the 11.5-yard line. Please reset the clock to 8:26. 8:26 on the clock, and start it on my signal. It's third down.
So it's third down, and that's where they're spotting it. You heard Mullins, our referee, explain the situation to us there. So they reverse the call, and they lose some yardage on the play, does Collins' crew. So third and long here, ball from the 11-yard line. Third and 18. Crowd into it here, Mikey. Newtown missed the target, was looking there for Bentel Bryant. And they'll bring on the punt team again as the first career start for Frank Newtown, not going well so far. Starzyk on to punt. Reynolds back. He booted one 37 yards his first punt. And he should get great field position here. Reynolds has been the only guy back for Army to return a punt this season. Good punt here. Backs him up. 36-yard line. Good block. But they're going to flag him for it. Apparently too good of a block. Sean Bradley on the stop. Will get the word from Mullins here on the flag.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, 10-yard penalty. First down, timeout.
53-yard punt. Going to back Monken's guys up a little bit to start the drive, Jay.
25, Boudreau puts his hands on their back, and they had the same kind of penalty last week. You just don't put your hands there because you know they're going to call it, even if it's not a lot. Because they're there, they're going to call it, and it backs you up.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by USAA. Insurance, banking, and investments tailored for the military community. By Golden Corral. Your choice rules. And by those that live like a pro, GMC.
Some great old photos of some great Temple greats of the past. Tyler Matakevich now playing with the Steelers. Muhammad Wilkerson played with the Jets. So too did Todd Bowles, now their head coach. And Joe Klecko, 10 years in the NFL after Temple, and Temple with 13 former guys currently in the NFL.
17 players in the last 2 years went to training camp. That says how much about your ascension of your program as a win.
No question. Matt Rule did a really good job of getting this program on the right track. As Darnell Woolfolk with a carry, his third of the game, 2 for 21 prior to that carry. It was Bradley that made the tackle there. He's wearing number 1 today as Sean Bradley for Temple. Normally wears number 23, but Temple is very proud of the history and tradition they have of single-digit numbers. That number each week is selected by the coach. That number 1. The other ones are pre-assigned, but you got to earn them. It's called Temple Tough. They're toughest guys. Phrase all started back with legendary basketball coach John Chaney. Tough run here, and Temple's defense, they get the ball carrier, Woolfolk. I think he's a little short, don't you, Jay?
A little short. It's what what Brent Davis wants, though. He wants to be ahead in the chains. 3rd and 1.
Yep.
He's happy with that. He knows he has 2 downs to get a first down. He's been doing it all year. 70% on 4th down.
Bradshaw keeps it, follows the pile, and gets the first down for Army to the 44-yard line.
Watch this surge by that offensive line. The unsung heroes of this team. They've been so good this year. That entire offensive line have a little flux this week.
Yeah.
Rick Kurz was injured, didn't practice all week. Boylan moved over to tackle. Deaton came in at guard.
Andy Davidson is checked back into the game, and all kinds of movement.
Offside, number 9, defense, making contact in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So at Temple, that's what you do when you get a penalty. You don't just do it at practice, you do it in the game.
Correction, it was number 99.
Freddie Booth Lloyd, who's very, very agile for being over 300 pounds. He jumped too early there and then dropped and gave him 10.
Real quick, too. He knew.
I don't know if I've ever seen that in a game. First down, Army. Bradshaw took a heavy hit. Got a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 4 coming up. Armed Forces football is proudly supported today by GMC.
Thought it was interesting when we met with Tabor Johnson, the D coordinator. He talked about how he and Geoff Collins went back to his days at Western Carolina and what they did against the triple option defensively and came up with this scheme, not running the normal 4-2-5 defense, bringing 8-9 men like you see right now in the box.
Friendship is about a yard short. Friendship between the former coach Matt Rule and now the current coach Geoff Collins. Started at Western Carolina.
And Geoff said that's a big reason why he got the head coaching job, because Matt Rule talked about him a lot. They communicated when Geoff was at Florida as the defensive coordinator, and their familiarity with the AD with Geoff Collins was a big reason why he got that head coaching job.
Well, Collins needs his defense. They call it the money down at Temple. Army 3rd and short, and this time Connor Slumka took the money and ran right there, to quote Steve Miller. First down, Army.
378 yards rushing, 2nd in the country to Navy.
Shocker.
Not a surprise that they run the ball a lot. Last in FBS and passing efficiency. They've struggled throwing the ball here, and Brent Davis just decided, well, we're just not going to throw it then. If you can't stop us running it, we're not going to throw the ball.
Army's had 3 games where they've yet to complete a pass. First team to do that since Ohio back in 1997.
Bradshaw hasn't completed a pass in 4 of his 7 games, which is just stunning for your starting quarterback.
Really is. Flag on the play.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Let's go down to John Shiffman for an update. John.
Well, guys, you were talking about the culture here at Temple and what Geoff Collins is trying to do. I don't know if we have the video, but before the game, he would call out 2
Offside
players into a circle.
Defense.
He would call out 2 guys into a circle. This is before every single game, and they just smash heads and try to drive each other outside of the circle. This is very much a blue-collar, Philly-type, tough guy attitude that Geoff Collins brings here to Temple.
Temple tough indeed. Thank you, John. Bradshaw. Good pitch to Walker at the last absolute second. Ahmad Bradshaw, the ball came firing out of there, and they got a first down on the run by Walker.
You said it, the last possible. Watch Bradshaw hold on to this ball, suck everybody to him, and then get it to Walker, get the first down. Such a good job making those decisions, knowing when to get rid of the ball, protecting the ball, being decisive with his decision making. He's come so far since we saw him 2 years ago when he began. He had 38 fumbles that year, only 3 this year for the team.
So you talked about when we came on at 12 noon how well he's done in the area of protecting and distributing the ball when he has to, and he's done quite a job in this department too. Carrying the ball, tough runner. Development's been fun to watch. It brings up a 2nd and about 4 here inside of 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter after a 6-yard gain from Bradshaw.
Geoff Monken has told us that he has a leadership and a poise that is uncommon, that he's got a calmness to him. You know, when Geoff's excited and Brent's excited, it's okay, he's fine, he knows what to do.
Hands off here to Davidson. He was in this matchup a year ago. The Andy Davidson had 22 carries for 121 yards, averaged 5.5 a carry, had 2 touchdowns in his first game as a college fullback.
That was his coming out party.
Yeah.
They moved him over from linebacker. They weren't sure exactly what they were going to get. Brought Davidson over, brought Woolfolk over from the defense. And then there you go. I mean, all of a sudden now you have a great depth at that fullback position.
This will be the 10th play of the drive. Army trying to convert another 3rd and a yard. Andy Davidson, a Pennsylvania product. Bradshaw gets a push from Andy Davidson. And they get the first down. They're inside of the red zone at the 19-yard line on the run by Bradshaw.
Second time you've seen the quarterback keeper just running right behind Mike Houghton, their right guard. Brett Toth, right tackle. I mean, that right side of that offensive line has been phenomenal this year.
Look at those guys Jay's talking about. Toth, big 78, had plenty of NFL teams looking at him here at West Point. He is a definite prospect. Woolfolk back in, gets the ball. Darnell Woolfolk, good chunk he picked up there. Close to 8 on the run. He was stopped by Sam Franklin. And in the red zone, how about those numbers, Jay? Those are terrific.
For an injured player.
Injured Temple player down.
Part of the reason they're so good in the red zone is because they go for it so often on 4th down. They've only attempted 4 field goals this year.
Julian Taylor there, the injured player. If you're Temple, you don't need any more injuries. You've got enough going on. They will get Sharif Finch back in the second half, who starts at one of their defensive end spots. And was called for a targeting penalty on the quarterback of UConn last week in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get him back when the 3rd quarter begins. Taylor walking off under his own power, always a good sign.
Good to see him walking off. Losing Finch was devastating for this team because he's their best defensive lineman. Gets after the quarterback, blocks kicks, kind of does everything for them.
Let's look back and see what happened on the play with Julian Taylor.
Watch here, right in the middle. Getting blocked and then kind of gets rolled up on, but we saw him walk off the field.
Yeah. He's walking fine there. They'll probably take a quick look at him and make sure he's good to go. 2nd down and 2 for Army. Hand off. Woolfolk breaks free. Darnell Woolfolk. How about that for Army strong? Determination, power, and an 11-yard touchdown. Army's on the board.
That's Army football for you right there, Ben. Long, time-consuming, physical, pounding drives, and then finishing it with the touchdown.
6th rushing touchdown of the season for Woolfolk. Trails only Ahmad Bradshaw.
29th rushing touchdown on the year for Army. That's spectacular.
Here's Wilson, comes out of the hole of Potter, and he bangs it through. And it's a 7-0 lead for Army with inside a minute to go in the opening quarter. Indeed, a block party when you're talking Army football. They get it done, the big fellas up front, and Woolfolk finishes the deal. .51 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Darnell Woolfolk, 7 rushes, 52 yards. And on this run, Jay breaks 3 tackles.
All 4 fullbacks for Army. Physical, tough, excellent runners. They have depth at that position. It allows them to keep them healthy and fresh. They bring guys in continually, whether it's Woolfolk, Davidson, Slumka, Holt.
Here's a scoring drive, a dozen plays. That's what Army does. They get it, 12 plays, take off over 7 minutes of the clock. And Schrage gets set to tee it up and kick it away. Beautiful Saturday here at West Point. Great to have you with us to begin a busy day of college football here on the network. First of 4 games. We'll conclude later tonight out in San Diego. Schrage puts the right foot into it. And no return here from Mike Jones. And Temple's offense will come on for the third time. So, Jay, we touched on it. Here's their offense and all the new guys in there. I know you're going to go to work on the telestrator for us.
Here, there, and there. I mean, when you have 4 new guys on the offensive line, new starters that haven't played, with a new quarterback who hasn't played, I mean, that's just a struggle for that offensive staff. And they knew it coming in. Geoff Collins and Dave Patnaud, they told us, you know, we're going to have to get creative. We're going to have to try a bunch of things and figure out what works.
Great information off our eyebar. Keep your eyes on that. Some information on Temple. And here's Armstead. Raquel Armstead, who last year led their team in touchdowns with 14 out of over 900 yards. As he teamed up with Jihad Thomas.
Hasn't been the same this year. He's been banged up. Hasn't been the same running back.
There you go, Tempo here. The handoff again. Voigt in there. Like he got the stop there. It's going to bring up 3rd and short as they give it off to Armstead again.
He's also had to learn how to run the inside zone. Different running scheme for this team this year. And so as a running back, you have to learn that.
Those shoes are not nearly as fancy as yours. The reason we're showing that, his left toe's been the injury.
That's right.
Those are some sweet shoes, by the way. 3rd and a yard here. Big play for Temple. Sharga shifting in motion. And they blow it dead. And the quarter ran out. That's the end of it.
That's the end of the first quarter.
And there you have it. So that's the end of the first quarter here from Michie Stadium. 5-2 Army trying to become bowl eligible against the Temple team in search of a big win here at 3-4. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network. Army on top, 7-0. Good to have you with us here from Michie Stadium. 7-0 Army as we're set to begin the second quarter with Jay Feely, John Schriffen down on the field. My name is Ben Holden. All of our crew, 3rd and 1 upcoming here once we resume. And today's 1st and 10 line is being brought to you by Golden Corral. Jay, this is a big play for Temple and their offense.
I think it's 2-down territory as well. Army had the ball for over 10 minutes in that first quarter, and that's part of the problem. You don't want to give it back to them.
Quarterback in Frank Newtow, his first college start. Armstead gets it, got a big hole left side. He's got room, trying to outrun Reynolds, and a big pickup for the Owls. Reynolds forced him out, but Raquel Armstead looking like he did last year on the first down run.
Look at this blocking. As we roll it here, you're going to see a couple blocks and then open it up, and then just a huge hole. Excellent job by that new offensive line. McHale at left tackle, Robinson at left guard, and then Gordon Thomas is 5'9" at center. I love what Geoff Collins told me. He said, he's one of my favorite players. John Schriffen talked about that seat. He said, I just didn't think I'd see him out there playing for me.
Come off this formation they go to. Isaiah Wright wants to throw it. The lefty flings it. He way overthrows the intended target down the far sideline there. He was looking to Ventel Bryant, incomplete.
He plays everything, Isaiah Wright. He's been a receiver, a running back, quarterback, wildcat quarterback.
There he is on the sideline now. Wide receiver coach quoted as saying he's a touchdown waiting to happen. Not so much here, though.
Formation. Look at all the offensive linemen over here just trying to create indecision on Army.
Here's Hood. He's going nowhere. And he is buried back at the 45. Regan amongst a host of others, Ackerman and Nautigal.
Dave Patnaud told us that I want to run a lot of different formations, unconventional formations, create indecision for that Army defense. And he said thought it helped their new guys on that offensive line. Something I question, because you got to think about all these different things. You're not just lining up and going.
It's not practice. You can't stop and do it over. It's live. 3rd and 12 now after that loss on the run by Hood. Newtown open, man, he missed him. They had the first down. The target was wide open. It was Keith Kirkwood. The throw went short into the turf.
Ben, he was wide open. Why didn't that ball get completed? Because Jay Bateman dialed up the blitz, brought 5 men, and got after the quarterback, not allowing him the time to step in and throw a ball and make the completion. We've seen that a lot with Jay Bateman. Always says we solve our problems with aggression, getting after the quarterback.
Indeed, he does. Third punt of the day for Starzyk, averaging 45 a punt. Reynolds back at his 10-yard line. Great turnout here for the second straight week at Michie. And it's blocked! It's blocked, and Army is on it. It's Christensen who got it. And the Army punt team does the job. They come through. They block 4 kicks now this season. And Christensen, the youngster, makes another big play for Army.
The rollout punt is very much in vogue in college football. You're going to see the punter roll out. When you're rolling out, if you come in hard, you understand he's going to roll out to that right, and you go through the block and rush that side, you have an opportunity to get a big block. Watch Christensen run right through the block. No chance to get that punt off. And a huge play for Army getting the block punt.
That was a daily double. He blocked it and got the recovery. Well done, Army. Gets in there and gets to Alex Starzyk. Darnell Woolfolk, the lone back, behind Bradshaw. Ahmad Bradshaw looking in the air, near side, and then wide open, catch is made. It is a Geoff inside of the 5, first and goal, Army. How about that?
There you go. Ahmad Bradshaw hasn't completed a pass in the last 2 games. Geoff going to come across the screen. It's only his 2nd reception of the year. Even though he's their best receiver, you know, they use their receivers mostly to block. Watch Geoff come all the way across the screen here. Misdirection, get the defense flowing one way. Sneak Geoff out. A good job by Ahmad Bradshaw completing that pass. They only need a couple of completions per game.
24 yards on that one. Woolfolk powers his way in again. Darnell Woolfolk, his 2nd touchdown of the day. This one from short range, a 4-yard run, 13-0 Army.
It was Starzyk, the punter. That's what started this drive. The block punt by Christensen, and they complete a pass, and then they cash it in with the touchdown.
2 plays, 28 yards.
How's that for efficient if you're Brent Davis? 2 plays, 28 yards on the drive as Wilson knocks it through, and it's 14-0 Army.
Geoff Monken will love this from his special teams. Getting a big play, the block punt by Christensen. And then what do you do with it? You turn it into 6. Woolfolk slamming it home, giving Army a 14-point lead.
Pair of touchdown runs by Darnell Woolfolk. First one of 11 yards. Second one before the break, 4 yards on that one. 14-0 Army. Time now to take a look at this week's Where Are They Now? Brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Number 67 is the man we're focusing on. Army offensive lineman Pete Beer, a 2-time captain for the Black Knights. He started in 27 of his 30 career games. And he's down on the field now with John Schriffen.
All right, Ben, thank you so much. Welcome back here onto the field at West Point. Now, you are a former offensive lineman. What do you remember most about your playing days?
Oh, what I remember most is just the great fans here at Army, right? Every game day here is a special experience. And getting on the field again, even though I'm not playing, just feeling that energy just is awesome.
Now, you're a geography instructor here at West Point. Which players do you have in the classroom? What can you tell us about that in the classroom?
I actually only have one player in the classroom right now, Austin Shuford. He's an offensive lineman. But just seeing the dedication that these players have to succeeding academically as well as athletically is just really inspiring. It just makes me really glad that I had the opportunity to come back here and teach.
Welcome back. It's probably be good to be back on the field, right?
Oh, it feels great, and especially when we're up.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Ben?
Thank you, John. Thanks to Pete as well. And there's many relatively recent, there's always a lot of alumni here, but some recent alumni here, guys like Pete, They're so proud. Ran into some last night talking about how good this team's playing and the job that Geoff Monken and his staff is doing.
The 41.
To get Army back on the winning track. 5-2. A win today will get them bowl eligible for a second straight year. And the return out to the 20-yard line for Temple. Armed Forces football proudly supported today by Golden Corral. All right, Jay, this is a big, big drive for this Temple team.
Yeah, you and I were talking about in the break.
Yep.
You know, it's about this game could slip away really quick. So Temple has to figure out how to move the ball, what to do with this new offensive line, the new quarterback, and to me, get it to Isaiah Wright. Find some. There's room out there. Army gives you room to complete some easy passes, some hitches, slants.
See what they do here. Newtown hands it off. Armstead trying to get free. He's shifty. Good run. He made a decent pickup. Looked like nothing before Alex Ackerman took him down. That's a good run from Armstead.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be tackled for a loss, and he turns it into a good run. And you haven't seen Armstead look like that this year. It's good to see him running the way he did last year.
Had 9 carries for 31 last week and a touchdown, and a loss to UConn. They dump it off to him here right at the stick. They're going to give him the spot to the 31-yard line. Couple of heavy hits. McClinton leading the charge, but it's a first down Temple.
Newtown did a good job going through his reads there. That was his 3rd or 4th receiver that he looked at. Got the first down. That's exactly what they need. A couple of first downs, get some momentum and get comfortable.
Some within Temple thought he might be the starting quarterback. Had a competition. This one batted down. Nice job on the end there to knock that ball down. It was Cam Jones. He's the man today because Logan Michie, who was their guy, unable to play the quarterback spot today.
Michie not very big, right around 6 foot, maybe just under, whereas Futile 6'4", something Jay Bateman talked to us about, the size.
2nd and 10. Newtile hands off to David Hood. David Hood broke away from Nautigal. Nautigal stays with him. And a good job to keep that to a minimum by Army's defense. It was Nautigal and Ackerman leading the charge for the always entertaining Jay Bateman, defensive coordinator here for Army. So 3rd and a long 7. There's Ackerman. Temple 1 of 4 on 3rd down. Play clock down to 5. Newtown makes the throw. There's Kirkwood. He found him that time. Missed him on the last possession. And a beautiful job there by Temple to convert and move the chains. 16-yard pickup.
Newtown knew he was going to get hit. Jay Bateman brought a blitz. There was a free blitzer coming right into Newtown's face. He stepped up and threw a ball that his receiver could go up and get, and a big completion.
Second time here today that cheesesteak formation. It goes right. Isaiah Wright. They call him a touchdown waiting to happen. Well, there it just happened. Isaiah Wright houses one, and Temple, a 50-yard run, is on the board with 10:05 to go in the first half.
6 plays, 80 yards.
That was one of my keys, Ben. Don't get confused by the formations. You have to decipher it, figure out where the playmakers are, where the skill guys are. They had all the offensive linemen out to the right, and then Wright takes it to the house.
Here's Boumeri. And Boumeri gets it through. It's 14-7 Army. Isaiah Wright with a 50-yard touchdown run. You know Hall & Oates, right? Temple guys. The song is I Can't Go For That, but they're going for this right now. The Owls are on the board. Back here at Michie Stadium, early stages of the second quarter. A A touchdown by Isaiah Wright, 50-yard run. Jay, how did it happen?
Well, you have 4 offensive linemen lined up out wide. Isaiah Wright is in the middle of the screen there, lined up as the Wildcat quarterback, and he just gets the ball and takes it to the left. And Army does a poor job recognizing, understanding where the playmakers are. A bad job by McClinton, number 7, who was the corner, had moved to safety this week. And he took a poor angle, and a huge play for Temple in that offense. Had to get back in the game. We talked about how important that drive was. Big third down completion. Now they're back in this game.
They certainly are. Boomeri set to, dare I say, boom one down as Kel Walker's the deep guy inside of the 5. Trainer's back there with him as well at the 8. Guy behind Boomeri, pretty good kicker as well. Sideline, you're watching the sideline. They're dancing down there.
You see him rocking over there?
I love it.
They got something finally to be excited about.
I got some Hall & Oates going down there. Boomeri sends it into the end zone, and it was 7 yards deep. First down and 10 for Army when we resume from the 25. Tomorrow it's an NFL doubleheader. First Cam Newton and the Panthers take on the Bears and their rookie QB Mitch Trubisky, and the Bengals take on their AFC North rivals, the Steelers. It all starts the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines at 12 Eastern. And how about this guy in the late game? Denver, one of our late games, the all-time leading scorer in Temple history, Brandon McManus.
Plays for the Broncos now. Got a new contract this year.
As he should, right?
Well, he struggled this year, but before this year, he's been really good for them.
Doesn't that happen a lot?
I always play better after getting a new contract. Some guys don't.
I do too. I'd feel that way too. You got to go out and prove it, right? Here's Woolfolk on the first play for Army on this drive. So they punted on their first drive, Jay. Started at the 26. 32-yard line, second drive, scored a touchdown on that drive, and then just 28 yards, the short drive after the block punt and recovery by Cole Christensen for Woolfolk's second TD of the game. So that's what they've done here so far today.
The big play for me was completing the pass. If you complete 1 or 2 passes, 3 passes, it softens up that defense. You can't put 10 men in the box, and you have to worry about that. That opens holes for that running game to get started. The fullback outside of Kel Walker.
Andy Davidson behind Ahmad Bradshaw as the fullback. Looking to throw again for the second time. He's got Asbury. He's been a weapon for him. Had a 42-yard touchdown catch against UTEP. Makes a catch and a first down, Army there.
Brent Davis opening up the playbook. A couple of completions. Good throws by Bradshaw. 2 for 2 now, and that's just so important for this team. Not just in this game, but going forward, the teams that they're going to play. And we talked about it with Brent, knowing that this Temple team is tough, and then Air Force, and then Duke, North Texas, Navy, having to complete passes to win those games.
So with that catch, Asbury takes over the lead in receptions from Ejeckham. They were tied. Now 3 for Asbury, 2 for Ejeckham. And look at about 1.5 yards on this carry by Ahmad Bradshaw as we come up on 8.5 to play in the half. What did you tell us yesterday? You said it was around 30%. They practiced the pass in practice this week, right? 28%, I think, was the number.
28% of the plays they practiced were pass plays. He said, we're practicing them. We execute them in practice. We just haven't done it in the game.
Mike Vitti, the fullback coach, and Brent Davis up there. Sponsored by Diet Coke. Second down and 8. 48-yard line. Quick hand off the Woolfolk. And bring up third down as Temple will hold those dollar signs on the sideline. It's a money down, they call it. It really is in every sense. Third down, such a critical down. Today's 1st and 10 lines being brought to you by Golden Corral. Army's 75% on third down, 3 of 4 so far, Jay.
It's 3rd and 5.
2 down territory here for Brent Davis. If they get some yardage for sure, he'll go for it again.
Ejeckham just trotted on the field. Does that mean anything in terms of pass, or you think they're clearly running it here?
No, I think they're clearly running it. Gonna give it to the fullback.
There it is. And Temple sniffs it out. They come up money on that down, that third down, as they say. Chappelle Russell in there, Taylor in there as they unpile. Sharga, who plays fullback, also comes in on third down to help them on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Schrag is running out. They're going to punt.
Or are they?
Yeah, he'll have the option here. He always has the option, the run punt option. We saw it against Buffalo. He ran for a first down. You can see Temple is in defensive stay, trying to keep them from doing that.
Potter's first punt was 32 yards. Wright's back deep inside, now at the 10. And hesitates, and about a 7-yard return for Isaiah Wright. 6:28 to play as Temple comes back on. They're looking to tie this game up here in the second quarter.
Renovated first-class club from 7 to 8.
A little more than halfway through this second quarter. Army on top by a touchdown, 14-7, and we got a chance. It's time to take a look now at our Mercedes-Benz player profile. None other than junior DB James Gibby Gibson. He's the guy, product of Virginia, 16 tackles on the season. But Jay, the biggest play he's made this season, right there on Ian Erickson. Chris Creighton last week went for 2, and they came up short.
That was the biggest play in his career. There's no question about it. A play I didn't think he'd make because he was 10 yards deep in the end zone, flew up, and was able to stop him less than about a foot away from taking the lead.
What a win that was. Geoff Monken so excited he was lifting up chairs on the sidelines, bench pressing chairs over there.
He's running out of the field right now to call timeout.
He is. Down below us.
Timeout. Army, they're first.
Army only had 10 guys on the field.
Well, they're going to get things straightened out here. They'll talk it over with 6:28 to go.
They will not be happy about that. I mean, you're coming out of a break, and you get out there, and you only have 10 guys on the field, and you have to waste a timeout. That's undisciplined. Something that Army's been really good at this year. They've been very disciplined. They haven't made mistakes that beat themselves, turnovers, penalties. It's been a disciplined team.
Monday night at 6 Eastern, our roster of former pro quarterbacks will break down week 7 in the NFL and get you inside the minds of the most important position in football. It's NFL Monday QB, delivered by FedEx, only on CBS Sports Network. So back to it. First and 10, Temple. Worst starting field position they've had today. Newtown, open man over the middle. Finds the tight end. Took 3 Army players to get him down, but they get about an 8-yard pickup. It was Myrick with the grab. And back behind the play after an 8-yard gain. Remember that offensive line hobbling around a little bit.
They're doing a pretty good job, this offensive line. Remember, you have 4 new starters. That's a clean pocket. Newtown can step up and deliver.
Jalen Robinson, the player I was referring to that was hobbling around on that last play. Here's Newtown. Quick throw up high. It's caught by Bryant. And Bryant's got it and gets some extra yardage. First down for Newtown and Temple out to the 35-yard line.
A little high with some of those throws. Newtown just checked out, so they're going to go with Isaiah Wright.
Yeah. Cheesesteak.
Yeah, here's the cheesesteak. This is the 4th time they've run it. They have 50 yards so far in these formations.
Isaiah Wright slipped at a 50-yard touchdown for Temple's only points. Good job there to pick up close to 5 as Christensen and Gibson were in there on the tackle. It was Gibby.
Here's Wright when he slips. Does that knee touch the ground? Look like it stayed off. Kept his balance, got some more yards.
Newtown back in. Conventional look here for Temple. After that Philly cheesesteak formation. How about Newtown showing some wheels there? Takes it in Army territory. Christensen got him, but it's a first down to the 47 of Army.
You know what he did well there, Ben, was he was definitive. He looked, it wasn't there, so then he took off with it before Army could react, got a first down, and that's a big game.
13 yards, in fact. 4.5 and counting left in the half. Army 5-2, Temple 3-4. Tough run on Armstead. He is running determined today. We both watched games prior to this game. To me, this is the best he's looked. You agree?
Completely agree with you, Ben.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the explosiveness that he's shown today. You know, he was banged up all year, and they're excited to get him back.
Yeah, he had 900 yards last year. Second and 5, and movement up front. Raymond Wright for Army.
Raymond was wrong there.
Nice.
Offside, number 77, defense. 5-yard penalty.
Yes, he was.
First down.
So it's a first down for Temple. So they've got some mojo after that scoring drive in their last possession. But again, with all the injuries and new players in there, you had to figure it was going to take him some time to get into a groove. Newtile's got time, hangs it out there. Now Jennings! And Jennings, a drop in the bucket for Newtile. He puts it into his arms. It's a 37-yard touchdown strike for Temple.
When we did the keys at the beginning of the game, I said the Temple should attack the middle of that defense for Army. That's where they've struggled. They have not been good. And Reynolds just got beat to the post. A good throw by Newtile, and they're a point away from tying this game.
They are, and Reynolds came in. Their leader in pass breakups for Army was 7. Still without Elijah Wright in that secondary. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Tied up 14 apiece. So just like that, it went from 14-0, Jay, to 14-all.
Jennings just runs a post, runs right by Reynolds. Newtile drops it in the bucket. We got a tie ball game.
.338 to play until halftime. Tie game 14-all here at Michie Stadium. And coming up on the Ram Halftime Report, our guys Adam Zucker, Rick Neuheisel, and Brian Jones will get you caught up on all the action in college football, including a preview of Tennessee and #1 Alabama, the Crimson Tide, at 3:30 over on CBS. It's week 3 of the month of October. Those two teams always play. It's all coming up on the Ram Halftime Report. Got a ball game now after Army gives up this play, Jay.
He just runs a deep post. Reynolds doesn't stay with him. Jennings runs right by him. And Newtile has time to step in there and deliver a tie ball game. And after 2 series, we thought this game was getting away from Temple. And then now 2 more series, and we're back to a tie ball game.
We are. Jennings, 5 grabs for 52 a week ago. Came in second on their club with 22 grabs. Now 3 receiving touchdowns as Kel Walker takes it at the goal line. Took a shot, stayed up. Good job by Temple on that coverage team there, keeping him to the 20-yard line. Tough run back for Kel Walker. So Bradshaw gets his opportunity here, 3:29 to play until halftime. We don't say this often, but Temple right now is out rushing Army 113-94 in the game. Let's get down to John for an update.
Well, thank you so much, Ben. I am here now with the new movie that's coming out, Thank You for Your Service. I have Jason Hall, who is the writer and director, and it's based off the life of Staff Sergeant Adam Schumann. Jason, I'm going to start with you. Tell us, what is this movie all about?
This movie is about soldiers coming home and the psychological after effects of war. And they come home and they struggle to find their way home. And true story based on this guy's life.
Now tell me, what was it like coming back to a lifestyle?
It was the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. Yeah, it was just a complete alien environment sometimes, yeah.
And what was it like working with the producers of this movie and getting your story told?
It was probably one of the better jobs I've had, other than the Army. Yeah. No, it was great. I really enjoyed working on it, and I couldn't be happier with the end result.
What do you hope the public gets out of watching this movie?
I hope everyone comes to a greater awareness of what our soldiers have sacrificed going over there, so that we can have the beginning of a conversation to really welcome these guys home.
finally, when does the movie come out? When can we expect it?
The movie comes out October 27th.
Awesome. Can't wait to watch it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. Thank you for your service. Ben?
Thank you, John. And it was great to have those men and Secretary of the Army up here in the booth with us prior to the game. Can't wait to see it. Army putting together a good drive here, Jay. And a key point in this game, certainly. Under 2.5 to play until halftime in a 14-all game.
They got 2 timeouts. You got 2:22 right now on the clock. They're not a quick strike offense. A nice run by Walker, a nice run by Bradshaw. Now you're up near midfield. It'd be huge for them to get some points, stem the tide, as Temple has tied this game at 14.
Coming up on 2 to play in the half. And nowhere on that run as Kalen Holt. They were in the backfield in a hurry. First carry of the day for Holt. A tackle made by Julian Taylor, whose fine was dinged up earlier in this first half. Bradley in there as well. You're actually going to give him a gain of a yard, but a good job of clogging it up. 3rd and 6. Do I dare ask?
Well, I think, you punted last time when you were at 4th and 5, about the same position Army did. So if you can get half this yardage, I think they would go for it.
Okay. This is what I was wondering. Would they throw it? They do. There's a flag down. They find a Jeckham, but the flag in the backfield.
It's going to be holding. It's going to be a really interesting decision.
Number 66, offense, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So that's what I was referring to. Geoff Collins electing to take it.
Yep.
Take the 10-yard penalty, and it still remains 3rd down. It would have been 4th down and about 2 if he had declined the penalty, because they tackled the receiver short of the 1st down.
Penalty was on Josh Boylan. 3rd penalty of the game for 25 yards against Army. So backs him up to the 38-yard line.
3rd down.
Boylan so proud to be here. His father.
Watch Kel Walker right here. They love to hand him the ball to the shotgun.
Whistles blow. Boylan's
Time
father
out.
was.
Temple, their first, 30 seconds.
A member of the Army as well to finish that thought. Timeout, 3rd and 16 coming up facing Army when we come back. Beautiful day for the Corps of Cadets. 4,400 strong, minus those on the football team. Of course, our view of the Corps brought to you by MCOR, and a lot of excitement around here. And big play here, Jay. 3rd down and 16 facing Army. And they give it off to Walker. Walker's got some room, but he can't knife all the way through, or can he? No. And a good run, about a 13-yard gain to the 49. What do you do here? Do you punt it?
I think you have to punt it. You don't want to give Temple an opportunity to take the lead before halftime.
Temple's got timeouts. They've yet to use one.
Obviously, Jeff Monken checking his book. They always look to it to check the analytics to see what their best percentage, win percentage is by the decisions.
Army will get the ball to begin the 3rd quarter. They won the toss and deferred it.
By allowing the play clock to run down,
Yeah.
you know he's going to punt the ball.
Yep. Here's the TO by Monken.
Timeout, Army, their second, 30 seconds.
18 seconds remain in the half as Collins and his guys, man, have they ever responded nicely in this game? Really have. So they talk it over here. What do you think first, I guess, Jay, would be my first question to you would be, is it Schrag, or do you think they bring Potter on in this situation, or doesn't it matter late in this half?
Well, I think you're safer going with Potter. You don't want to roll him out and risk a block punt like we saw Temple have earlier. They faked it 2 times.
Twice. First time it was against Buffalo in the play of Nick Schrag's career so far.
Gutsy call by Nick Schrag to run for that, to seal the game. He asked me about it, and then Potter last week, it's a beautiful pass just dropped by Thomas.
So
they're lining up like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they are going for it. 4th and 3.
I think they're just going to try and draw him off sides.
Another timeout by Monken. So that didn't work.
Army, their 3rd and final of the half.
So
30 seconds.
Now they'll come over and talk things over again. In the second quarter, Temple 175 yards to Army's 95.
Down 14-0. Nothing was working on offense, and you put together 2 good drives. Isaiah Wright had the nice 50-yard touchdown run when they went with the cheesecake formation. Flyer, Philly, whatever it is.
Sixers,
there's a bunch of different names.
Eagles, Soul. Here is a look at what Army in the games without a completion department have done, and that was the look at the games they have completed passes in. Now they've got the punter on at Schrag.
No returner back at all for Temple. They don't want to risk anything.
Schrag gets it away. This one's going to go into the end zone. And you got 11 seconds left. There's a flag down at the 40. Is Schrag slow to get up?
He was hit. It's going to be roughing the kicker, and they're going to get a first down. They're trying to decide if he was blocked into him. I think that's what the discussion is about.
Favoring that right thigh.
Running into the kicker, number 9, defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
On Jacob Martin, the senior out of Aurora, Colorado. So what do you throw a couple shots here now?
Which makes no sense. I mean, you don't even have a returner. You're coming in there. You're continuing to go through there. Oh, wasn't a lot of contact at all. Schrag kind of took a dive there.
That was good acting.
He knows it. There's the smirk and the smile. I don't think that should have been called.
Yeah, I agree with you. Not after seeing that.
Now, Army, you got the first down. There's 11 seconds. You're going to try to get into field goal range. Blake Wilson, your kicker, is 2 for 4 on the year. His long of his career is 47, so you'd want to get to the 30. He can hit it from about 52, 53.
Calvin Hopkins is in the game.
So expect a pass.
Yep, a Jeckham up top, Asbury in motion. Here's Hopkins. He's got Jermaine Adams. Takes a look. He's open. He missed him. Oh, he was wide open. 6 seconds remaining. Second down coming up, and Hopkins knows he should have made that throw.
Absolutely wide open, would have been in field goal range. All he's got to do is complete the pass. You don't have to throw it perfect. It doesn't have to be high. You can throw it short. It was wide open. He had a 6-yard cushion. Look at the cushion he's got. No reason to throw it so high.
Oh.
Now you got 6 seconds left. You got time. If you run a quick out at the 35-yard line, you might be able to complete it and get the field goal off.
So now Luke Langdon has come in out of the shotgun. On the run, better get rid of it. Pressure, he's going to be picked. Intercepted. Temple trying to run this thing back. Final play of the half. Can they do it? Trying to get a block, and it come up short, but it'll go down as an INT for Sean Chandler.
What a play by Jordan Asbury to run this ball down from behind, because I thought he was going to score. You had offensive lineman, you had only the quarterback. Langdon, terrible decision by him to throw that ball. Just eat it and end the half. Jordan Asbury saved a touchdown by running him down.
Frank Newtow there trots off. He's had a good first half, 41 yards on the return. That's the end, though, of the first half with the score. Army 14, Temple 14. Here from Michie Stadium, you're watching college football on CBS Sports Network. Halftime continues here at Michie Stadium. Army will get the second half kickoff in a tie game, Jay, and big play for Temple was a 50-yard run from Isaiah Wright.
They lined him up at the Wildcat quarterback, had the offensive line all over here to the right, and then it's just a quarterback sweep to the left. Poor job by McClinton, number 7 at the safety position. Took a poor angle. Here's Isaiah right now. He cuts back. There's McClinton in the middle. Took a poor angle, breaks a tackle, gets us into the end zone.
Well, Army led 14-0. We're tied 14-all. We'll be back with more of halftime in the third after this. Back here at Michie Stadium, inching closer to the start of the third quarter. JR, 5-hour energy first half stats. What grabs your eyes the most from the first half?
113 rushing yards for Temple. They did a good job. 50 of that was Isaiah Wright when he was in there at the Wildcat position. They used him all over. He's thrown a couple passes, returned a punt. you know, and then had the big rush. And they got to find unique ways. Temple does because of all the injuries, but I think that O-line has held up well so far in the first half.
Yeah, Frank Newtow with a touchdown pass to Adonis Jennings. Army with their 2 touchdowns on the ground from a now appears healthy Darnell Woolfolk from 11 and 4 yards in the first half for the Black Knight offense.
And they got to get going again. They came out hot. They scored the 2 touchdowns, had a 14-point lead. Temple responded, and now we got a big ball game, and it'll be an interesting second half.
We do, and the 2 coaches, you saw Geoff Monken getting retucked there on the sideline, and Jeff Collins, both named Jeff, just different spellings. Army getting the ball as they deferred the coin toss they won. 3rd underway. Walker, flag on the play. Kel Walker, he's going to take this one back, or is he? There's a flag, as I mentioned. Army has not taken a kickoff back for a touchdown since September of '07, and this one won't count. Holding, it'll come back.
Call the foul. First down.
There's a 96-yard return that will not count.
Huge penalty. What a boost that would have been. We've been waiting for Kel Walker to get a seam on kickoff return. He's got such great speed. Hasn't happened so far this year.
Graphic right there, and Corey Anderson took the opening kick that day back against Temple. Jeremy Trimble, who's now on the staff here at West Point, had a punt return in that game. But Kel Walker, disappointed after a holding call, brings it back. We look back, Jay.
Trying to find where it is. Number 50 right in the middle. Just tackles him. Could be on number 9, Thomas, as well. Both those guys brought their guy to the ground, and anytime you bring somebody to the ground, they're always going to throw a holding.
So Army goes to work. And that didn't sound good at all. As Asbury, you could hear him right by the microphone down there, but he hopped right up and looks all right. Down to John Triffany, had a chance to talk with both coaches. John.
Well, let's first start with Army. Geoff Monken said he wants a better push from his offensive line. If they get a push, he feels like the fullback can get going, which will then open up for the rest of his guys. As for Temple, Coach Jeff Collins told me now that Sharif Finch is back, they will go into a new look 3-4 defense around him that they've saved specifically for the second half. Guys.
All right, we appreciate it, John. We'll keep our eyes out for those things in this second half. Bradshaw, Trainer's got it on the pitch. Heavy hit, good job by Temple's defense. Sam Franklin getting over there to make the play in the first minute of this 3rd quarter.
Great nugget by John that they're going to switch and go to the 3-4 look. Now that they got Finch back, I talked about how much of a playmaker he is for that defense.
3rd down and 8. Finch. Where's number 6? 6'4" and 250. There's a good look at him there. 23 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks. A targeting penalty in the second half against UConn last week. 3rd and 8 here for Army. Straight ahead. They're waiting for him. Slumka, and there he is. Sharif Finch. He should be ready to play.
Big stop for that Temple defense. Come out. Got the holding call that wiped out the kickoff return for a touchdown. Now they get a stop. Watch Finch right here getting off the block, making the tackle. It's a big lift for that defense. He's also blocked 5 punts in his career.
Yes.
Which leads FBS.
Schrag gets this one away. Good punt from Nick Schrag. Jones lets this thing bounce. Fields it now at the 12. And Army is there. And they're going to spot him down at the 15-yard line. So 12:40 to play in the 3rd. Army trying for its 6th win of the year. Would make themselves bowl eligible. Temple still a lot to play for. A win today would get them to 4-4.
65-yard punt by Nick Schrag. Uncorked a bomb in flip field position. That's what you want from your punter.
No doubt about it. Jeff Monken probably still upset with that penalty on the kick return. And Temple will go to work from the 15, Jay.
They've scored twice now. When they've had the ball, this defense for Army needs to step up.
They hit Newtile. He gets it away to Bryant. Bryant spins away, and he picks up. He's going to spot him just over the 20, so about a 5-yard pickup. McClinton and Regan on the tackle there. There's Newtile, first start. We learned yesterday afternoon that Logan Michie would not start at quarterback. So it surprised us. And Newtile's got his team in the game.
And 4 new starters on the offensive line to boot.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a lot of change. Armstead, good work to pick up a couple, bring up a 3rd down and short. And a look at their offensive group. Boozer there, you saw 79. He's the only one that's a regular up front playing today.
That's it. Sullivan, Thomas, Robinson, McHale. All new guys on that offensive line. No exchange issues so far. I think that offensive line has done a good job. For the most part, there's been time to throw the ball.
Temple 2 of 5 on 3rd down. On the ground, Armstead's got the first down out across the 25. Was tripped up by James Nautigal, but the Owls move the sticks.
Big block by Jalen Robinson, number 77, the left guard. Big hole they create right here. Just getting push.
Newtile, 8 of 13 for 113 and the touchdown to Adonis Jennings. Pressure coming, they pick it up. Newtile fires, caught at the 35 by Bryant. And he's stopped there. They're going to give him progress to the 35, so it'll bring up a 2nd and a yard here. This is exactly what they want to be in if you're Temple's offense. McClinton on the stop.
Jay Bateman dialed up the blitz, but they were able to pick it up. Give Newtile time to complete that pass. Army's been excellent in the 2nd half all year. Defensively done a good job. Really, the only team they struggled with, Ben, was Ohio State in the 2nd half.
Couldn't stop Tulane.
On the last drive, yeah.
3 4th down conversions, but yeah. This is Kirkwood. Greeted and dropped, but he gets the first down, does Kirkwood, who's got a 5-year-old daughter.
First down at the 38.
Armed Forces football proudly sponsored by USAA. And that's Bryant, who I mentioned hobbled off, and that's not Bryant, that was Franklin, their linebacker. Newtile to the air. Jennings trying to put on the moves, does. And that'll be another first down for Temple. They'll move the chains.
Javari Boudreau was in coverage and just gave him such a big cushion. Allowed him to just run right to the sticks, running out, and an easy completion. That's just too easy.
Gain of 11 on that pitch and catch there. They're now to the 49-yard line. Temple with 3 more first downs than Army. Newtile gives off. Here's Hood. He's a speedy guy. Ball came out. Was he down, though? That'll be the question. I didn't hear a whistle. Did you?
I didn't hear a whistle. I didn't see him run in, point to the spot, although he's standing on it right now.
Yeah.
Ruling on the field as the runner's forward progress was stopped prior to losing possession of the ball. 2nd down.
I would not be shocked, Jay, if they stopped the game to look at this.
Regan made the tackle.
We'll look back.
There's the initial contact. I don't know that. I think his elbow was down more than his forward. I think he was down.
Yeah,
they're going to look at it.
Ruling on the previous plays that the runner's forward progress was stopped prior to losing possession. The play is under review.
So Stuart Mullins now turns it over to our replay official up top here on press row, Rusty Acree.
So they ruled that his forward progress had stopped. So they're looking at, is that true? 1, and was he down as well before the ball comes out? Watching the knee, there's the elbow. Yeah, he's down.
Yeah, I agree with you.
The elbow is definitely down before the ball comes out.
Should be a quick look. And Mullins. Mullins talking upstairs with Keith Roden. the communicator up in the replay booth here today. ACC crew, as they always are here at Army. Two coaches, Geoff Collins, first year on the left. 3-4, coming off a tough loss last week at home to UConn on homecoming. Jeff Monken and his guys. Here's the verdict.
After review, the ruling on field stands. Second down.
It's the right call.
Absolutely, definitely down, no question.
So the drive continues for Geoff Collins and his guys, the Temple Owls. Coming off back-to-back 10-win seasons, won the American Championship last year, defeating Navy. Sitting at 3-4, as I mentioned now. Hood's the back, they fake to him. Newtown, man chasing him, gets rid of it in a hurry. Catch made, first down and a lot more. It is a good pickup over there by one of their tight ends, Kenny Yeboah. He's coming off a good game last week against UConn, pick up a 13.
We thought Yeboah would have a good game. When you have a new quarterback, a big tight end, security blanket for that quarterback, finding him. It's a good mismatch there. Utah did a good job finding the mismatch and delivering the ball.
Product of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Hood, nowhere to go. Good job by John Voigt, stayed with him. Voigt had the tremendous play last week against Eastern Michigan. Not on defense, but on special teams.
I couldn't believe he was out there. You joked about it. Well, his brother's a professional baseball player. He's got to have great hands.
I was joking, but I was serious about it at the same time, man. That was a hot one-hopper. Good play for him. Jay Bateman telling us yesterday he trusts him. He said, that dude is not scared. There's my quote of the week from Bateman. From the gun. This is Hood. Good pursuit. Regan in there trying to strip it out of there. Got some help from James Nautigal, who continues to develop. And linebacker spot number 19 for Army.
Just keeps getting better every single game.
He really does. Third down and 10 upcoming.
You're in field goal range right now. So if you're Newtile, don't make a mistake here. Turn the ball over. If you have something, take it. Try to get the first down.
Ventel Bryant back on the field, product of Tampa. 3rd and 10, Newtown. Got time now, forced out of there, Nautigal got him. Got him around the ankles. We were just talking about him, and it brings up a 4th down and long now for Temple.
Knocked him out of field goal range. That's what I'm talking about. Don't make a mistake. You can't turn the ball over or take a sack. Pocket collapses, and Newtile doesn't get rid of the ball and takes a critical sack, knocks you out of field goal range.
So 8 tackles and a sack for Nautigal, 14th Army sack of the year, and Starzyk, who had one blocked earlier, is on, Jay.
And I'd continue to rush off that right side. You know he's going to try to deliver the punt there.
Trying to pin the Black Knights, got a man down there. Beautiful job. Outstanding work turned in there. Right under it was Randall Jones.
Perfect execution, Ben, from the punter, and Jones down an Army inside the 5.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Ram Trucks, proven to last. By Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA. And by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here.
So that's a look at Barnstormer's Barbecue in Fort Montgomery. That's the owner, Jeff Provan. And he's the guy that won. What did he say to you?
He said, you're Jay Feely. You had a decent career. Will you sign this ball?
You looked at me and you're like, yeah, give me the pen.
I think it was a compliment.
Oh, man. So Army starts deep in its own territory from the 3-yard line. And they go nowhere there as Woolfolk on the carry. So Army has had 5 touchdown drives of 90 or more this year. As you see the story of ball control and the yardage so far today, Jay.
Which normally is heavily in favor of Army, especially time of possession. Not so today. Temple's done a good job. Army on their last 3 drives, punt, and interception. right before half, they threw the interception. Have not been successful since those first 2 drives where they scored touchdowns.
No, they had a 99-yard drive in Columbus, a 94 and a 93-yard drive last week against Eastern Michigan, and a 93 and a 91-yarder against UTEP. This would fall into that category if they score, but this Temple defense, we always talk about both teams making adjustments. They look like they've made some adjustments here so far.
When you switch defenses and you go to a 3-4 look and you bring in a guy like Finch, that's difficult for an offense to adjust to, because you get comfortable understanding what their scheme is and what they're trying to do. Good job by Taver Johnson, the D coordinator for Temple, throwing a wrinkle at Army, not letting them be comfortable and execute what they want to do with that triple option.
Army 3 of 7 on 3rd down. They need 5 here to keep this drive alive and convert it. They need the 13-yard line. And they're not going to get it. They're going to get about the 11 and a half. It was Kel Walker trying to slither his way through there. Sam Franklin got him down low.
They've been gutsy on 4th down, but I can't see him doing it here from the 12-yard line.
No, on comes Schrag. Rapidly moving 3rd quarter. Walker to 96-yard kick return to begin the half. It was flagged for a holding call, negated.
Last time Schrag punted his 65-yard bomb. Mike Jones is back there hoping he gets a shot.
3 for 45 an average, to your point, Jay. And take a good bounce if you're Army. Inside of the 40, close to the 35. They'll down it at the 36-yard line. Temple football when we return inside of 4 to play in a tight game here at Michie Stadium. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, the man to my right, Jay Feely, and Tracy Wolfson. There's the comparison between Jay and Joe.
Cutler usually puts up good numbers. The team has struggled to win at times. They had a big win last week against Atlanta. Coming back, they were down 17-0. Looked like they were going to get run out of the stadium. They came back and won.
Look forward to that on Thursday, and only 49 days to go in the countdown to America's game. Hard to believe, just 49. The Army-Navy game presented by USAA on CBS Sports. Army has this game today, a bye week, then we'll see them in Colorado Springs in 2 weeks. That one will be fun. This one fun right now. Good to have you with us as we're inside of 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter in a tie game. All the points coming in the first half. Army with the first 14 of them. Temple answered with 14 of their own. Newtown dumps it off, checks off to Armstead. Armstead puts on the brakes and dives forward, and with that little dive, he's got the first down. Nautical stopped him, but it's a first down for Temple.
When they told us that they were going to make the change at quarterback because of the injury, they were going to bring Newtown. We talked about what does he do well. We asked Geoff Collins, we asked Dave Pettinon. They said he's smart, he makes good decisions, he throws it to the right people. He's completed a pass to 7 different receivers today.
Temple came in 2nd in the country, and that department, look out, here's another one. They get it in the hands of Wright. Wright trying to break away, and he's tripped up inside of the 5. Nearly housed it, Nautical saved it.
Nautical on the tackle.
1st and goal. 10 tackles in the game for Nautical.
There's Isaiah Wright in the slot. That's where I said he's so dangerous. He's the best receiver. He's their most dangerous player with the ball in his hands. You can see the balance that he has. Just a great all-around athlete. You've seen him all over the field today, lining up at Wildcat, hitting the big 50-yard touchdown run, returning punts, now hitting a big catch.
1st and goal. Now they say a 51-yard pitch and catch. 1st and goal, Temple. Sharga gets it. And Sharga fighting his way forward as much as he can. Charge led for Army by Alex Ackerman.
Got a new offensive line. 4 new starters on that offensive line for Temple. It's always tough when you get down inside the red zone, inside the 5-yard line to execute.
Well, Armstead is checked in, number 7. He's the deep back behind Newtown. And a fake to him, looking that way. Instead, they go short right at the goal line. And the pass unable to be reeled in by Adonis Jennings. 3rd and goal coming up.
He was open, too.
He was.
Newtown missed him. He's rolling to his right. See Jennings come open here. Right there, just sitting in the middle of the screen. He's open, and Newtown can't get him the ball.
Geoff Collins and his team trying to take the lead for the first time in this game. They're 3 of 7 on 3rd down. What do you look for here, Jay?
You're looking at Adonis Jennings, 17 in the slot. If you give him a 2-way go.
They moved. They moved. Yeah, everybody moved.
You have Gordon Thomas.
Number 77, offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Gordon Thomas is your new center, has never played for Temple. 3 other new starters on that offensive line. That's a big penalty.
Let's check in with quickly down with John on the field.
Jennings clearly sees something because he was motioning over to the coaching staff that he wants the ball. He sees something in this defense where he feels like he's open. I don't know where they're going, but he is asking the coaching staff to give him the ball.
Very good.
Jennings is up the top of your screen. There he is up top.
Had a 37-yard TD earlier. In trouble, and it's incomplete. They brought the heat. Voigt got in there, had some help. 4th and goal upcoming for Temple. He couldn't get it to anybody there. That's aggression by Bateman's D right there.
That's his answer. Bring the heat, get aggression, get in the backfield, don't allow that quarterback. But the big play was the penalty. You're at the 1-yard line. Had a chance you could do anything from the 1. You get backed up, you're on the 6, and
Potential grounding for 18. Offense. Loss of down at the spot of the foul. 4th down.
Late penalty called there.
Yes, very late.
Good enough.
Stuart Mullins forgot to turn his mic off there. No harm done. And so here comes Boumeri. 8 of 11 on the season coming in. Temple is very fortunate in the kicking department with Boumeri and Austin Jones, who can't get his job back. He's one of the best to ever kick at Temple.
Tore his ACL last year, got hurt.
So there is Logan Marshy, their normal starting quarterback. He's okay to hold, but they just can't play him at the quarterback spot. This one from 35. They move it up 32. 32-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold, and Boumeri off the upright. And it's fielded by Army.
No, you can't return it off the goalpost.
Dead ball, Gibson taking it back. So nothing. So Nautigal with that huge stop on that pass to right. Because there's an injured Temple player down. They don't get anything out of it. Nothing. No points.
Yeah, Jalen Robinson, 77, is down. He got injured on that return. That wasn't a play because it's dead once it hits the upright.
The unsuccessful field goal hit the goalpost. The ball was dead at that point. It will be Army's ball. Timeout.
So a minute 52 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We remain tied at 14.
Temple had the ball at the 1-yard line. They get backed up on the penalty, and then they miss the field goal. Boumeri knows that's a big miss.
James Nautigal, though, saved the touchdown earlier. We remain tied at 14. Late stages of the 3rd quarter, minute 52 remaining in it. Tie game at 14 apiece. Look at the core of Cadets and some youngsters. Good to see them at the game today. It's time to check in with our Chick-fil-A fan cam, see how the fans are reacting here at West Point. Those are some shots from down at the big tailgate area down right when you come on post at the Thayer Gate. And of course, it's sponsored by Chick-fil-A, so we got to show chicken, right? So back to the game, and juncture of this game, Temple nearly had a touchdown. Nautical saved it. Then the penalty on Temple. Their 1st and goal. Then they clang one off the upright and they get nothing.
Army was lucky on that drive. I mean, Nautical barely gets the tackle. They're down at the 1. They miss a field goal.
And as we went to break, Jay, Jalen Robinson.
Right in the bottom right of your screen there. He did get up and walk off on his own, so that was good to see.
Like Voigt that took him down there.
They can't afford any more injuries on that offensive line. Temple can't.
No, they really can't. 4 new starters on that O-line today because of injuries to their regulars. Darnell Woolfolk will start this series from the 20 as the fullback for Army. And he gets the rock. And they hit him quickly. They get to him in a hurry. That was Sean Bradley who knocked him down on the 1st down run.
Sean Bradley coming down the line. You can see the last 4 possessions. Punt, interception, punt, punt. Army's got to get that offense going. And to me, they got to get Kel Walker involved. They have to get him involved. He's had 2 straight games over 100 yards, only 34 yards right now.
Davidson checks in now as the fullback. Walker's in there next to him. Bradshaw keeps it. Good run by Ahmad Bradshaw. Found enough to get through there. Slithering his way through there to move the sticks for Army. Tackle was made by Isaiah Graham Mobley.
Kel Walker quickly jumped in front of Bradshaw, led him through that hole, got a nice little block, picked up 3 or 4 more yards because of it.
He's doing it all. 9-yard run. Davidson checks out. Slumka comes in. You see what Army has not done, what they normally do. 378, their average, 2nd in the country, only 158 to this point on the ground. Temple is getting very stout in the middle of that line. Sharga in there, number 4, helping out. Mentioned he plays fullback and plays on the D-line. Martin in there as well, big number 9 for Temple as well.
Davidson only has 1 carry for 3 yards. Last year, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns in his coming out party against Temple.
And quieted so far, really the whole ground game has to this point. The dying seconds now of the 3rd quarter. Slumka's in the backfield. Asbury moves. Asbury. Bradshaw kept it, and Sharga all over him. Rode him down, got him from behind, took him down into the turf, and that should be the final play, and it is, of the 3rd quarter. So the score hasn't changed from halftime, still 14 apiece. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network. Appreciate our folks in the tape room putting that together. The best moving pictures of the game so far. Line score by quarter. We enter the 4th, Jay, in a tie game. And how about those numbers today?
Well, you can see Army 82 yards in the 1st quarter, only 125. This Temple defense has done an excellent job. You've got 3rd and 8 now. I can see Army trying to pass it here. I think it's a critical down to try and get a 1st down. Temple just backed up. They had 10 men in the box. Got a deep safety. They're expecting pass as well.
Davidson in the backfield. They fake it to him. Bradshaw in trouble. Got away, though. He got away from Chandler. Now fires. It is dropped. It was a 1st down right at the midfield line. And it was Zach Saum that couldn't hang on to it. So they'll punt it away.
Bradshaw gets away. Nice little move. Patient, waiting for his tight end. Definitely could have caught it. Could have been intercepted, too.
Could have. Schrag on to punt. 4 punts. 46.8 a punt. He's at a 65-yarder and a 52-yarder to help that right from the 17-yard line. There's a man. And Gets a couple more as he goes out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Temple's offense will come back on the field. While we got a moment, we'll tell you that Tuesday night, 8 Eastern, the women of We Need to Talk are joined by Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban and former NFL receiver and the pride of Kalamazoo, Michigan, Greg Jennings, as they bring you compelling conversations and unparalleled perspectives on everything that's happening in the world of sports. It's all right here on CBS Sports Network.
Jay Bateman's defense last year forced 3 interceptions against Temple. They could use one right now. They got to get pressure on the quarterback. Don't allow him to be comfortable in the pocket. Make a play.
Sharga, the motion man. Hood, the deep back. Hood, speeds. Down, nowhere. Going to be a loss of a couple. Nautigal leading the charge in there again into double figures as James Nautigal in tackles. 13 a week ago, a career high.
He just keeps producing. We've talked about him a lot today. Had 11 tackles against UTEP. Like you said, 13 against Eastern Michigan.
Nicknamed Hammer Sticks by former fullback Cole Masick, his brother. Committed to come here to West Point down the road and complete on the pass. They look for Jennings. John had told us on the last series he was calling for him. Well, that one he couldn't catch.
Cam Jones did an excellent job. He came up and pressed coverage, didn't allow Jennings to get off the line, and then was just glued to him the entire way.
3rd and 11. New tile, 15 out of 21 to 11. And a touchdown out of the gun. Has to get rid of it. Hood makes the catch one-handed. Gets a blocking, gets through there. David Hood. And he's dropped inside of Army territory. How about that for a conversion? Regan teaming up with Bordeaux on the tackle. First down, Temple.
What an unbelievable block downfield. You know, when the ball was completed, I didn't think he was going to get the first down. You got the offensive line coming out. Watch these blocks. The hole just opens up. Excellent job by that offensive line coming downfield. Jalen Robinson leading the Boozer was out there.
Hood had 8 for 91 through the air last week against UConn. Here goes Armstead, open field. Raquel Armstead, he is going to take this in for the Temple touchdown. Bang, bang, just like that, a 43-yard run. Armstead takes it in, and Temple takes the lead back.
4 plays, 78 yards.
Once again, Max Reagan, number 4, struggling for Army. He had contained, came up, missed the tackle, let Armstead get outside and explode into the end zone. Struggled last week, struggled against Tulane. Did have a good game against Rice. Filling in for the injured Ryan England. It's been tough for him.
Logan Marshy the hold. And Boumeri puts it through, and Temple on top by 7. Their first lead in the game. And they've scored all 3 touchdowns, Jay, on big plays.
If you're Army, you can't allow the big plays. Temple keeps hitting them. They got to lead.
So Temple has the lead on a 43-yard touchdown run by Raquel Armstead, Jay.
And it happened because Max Regan, you're going to see him right here in the middle of your screen. Max Regan right there. He's going to come up. And he's got to come from the outside and keep contained. Nautigal would have made the tackle, even if he misses him. When he comes up and gets shook, if he comes outside here and makes a left shoulder tackle, forces it back to help. You can see 19 Nautigal trailing him. Because he allowed Armstead to go outside, Nautigal can't get there, and that ends up being a touchdown. Those are things that Jay Bateman preaches. Understanding leverage, understanding where your help is. If you make a mistake, you make it so that it can go back to your help. They didn't do that, and that's a big play for Temple.
Capped a 4-play, 78-yard drive, took 1:21. So Temple's touchdowns, a 50-yard run by Isaiah Wright. Newtile 37 yards to Adonis Jennings, and Armstead there with the 43-yard burst to the end zone after Hood converted on 3rd down. A beautiful catch to set him up. Time now, Jay, to take a look at the AP poll powered by Ram Trucks.
Big game tonight here for Penn State. Barkley, their hopes for a national championship, a Heisman.
Big game for Big Blue.
He struggled last year against Michigan.
He did.
Barkley did, and we'll see. And look at down at the bottom, you see Oklahoma State right here.
Ooh.
Trailing Texas 10-7.
Wisconsin looking good. Wisconsin could be the team out of the Big Ten that just sneaks in there along with Penn State. We'll see how it plays out. See how this plays out for Army. They need to get their offense going, and they are not doing anything of that kind. Delvon Randall made the stop on Ahmad Bradshaw there.
They went with the counter. Bradshaw ran it for a touchdown against Eastern Michigan last week. Temple not fooled. This defense is playing excellent. Since Army had those 2 touchdowns, they have not given up much at all.
So 5 straight here at home. That's in the top of those goals for Army to be undefeated at home. They're undefeated now. 4-0. A win today gets Army Bowl eligible. A win today gets Temple back to 500. Bradshaw's in all kinds of duress and just chucks it out of there. Temple wanting a flag. They're not going to get it.
He was outside the
There's
the
no
tackle.
foul for intentional grounding.
Yep.
The quarterback was outside the tackle box, and the pass landed beyond the line of scrimmage. 3rd down.
Referee Stuart Mullins today.
Here's Bradshaw coming out, rolling out. They try to take a shot. Nothing's open. Pressure up the middle. Bradshaw gets outside the tackle box and throws the ball away. Doesn't take a sack, which was smart, but still 3rd and long.
3rd and 13. They need the 35 to convert. Beautiful pictures here at Yankee Stadium. Beautiful Saturday.
I might run a little delay to Kel Walker here. Clear out routes and find Walker.
Pressure. Bradshaw floats it out there. Caught by Kalen Holt. Flag on the play. Holt still on his feet. Kalen Holt over midfield. Finally dragged down by Sean Chandler. We'll have to check the flag, though. It's coming back. It's going to be against
Pass
Army.
interference, number 84. Offense. 15-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Jermaine Adams, the guilty one there.
Big penalty. You catch him in the defense you want. You get the ball to Holt on a screen, get the 1st down. Adams is out there. They preach with their wide receivers blocking downfield. All the way up at the top left of your screen, you're going to see him coming right there in the middle here.
Yep.
Because he thinks that play is going to happen earlier, so he's going to run 20 yards downfield and then he's going to block because he knows that they're running the screen. Bradshaw threw it high, kind of looped it. Because it took so long to develop, Adams had engaged too soon, and that's a huge penalty.
It really is. Now it is 3rd and 24. Army 5 penalties for 46 yards. Bradshaw the fake. Bradshaw still with it. Gets him out of the hole a little bit there. And it'll make it an easier situation for Schrag and the punt team to come on. Stopped by Mike Jones. On comes the punt team after a 13-yard run.
Mike Jones has been an excellent pickup. Graduate transfer from North Carolina Central. Came over, stepped right in. They've been just pleased with him. Tabor Johnson said he's done an awesome job, gave them a big lift. That's another big stop for that Temple defense.
11 picks in 35 games down there before coming to Temple. Schrag boots it away. Right under it. Right, dangerous player. Spin move, hit the B button there, Feely.
Anytime he touches the ball, it's dangerous for Army. He has been a thorn in their side today, continuing to make plays for the Temple Owls.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Start game day strong with the new Breakfast Hash Brown Scramble Bowl. By Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. And by MCOR, build, power, service, protect.
Some great scenes there. The 2nd Infantry Division, proud and honorable history, which reflects the heart of the American soldier. Having fought in 4 wars, the 2nd Division, one of the most decorated divisions in the Army. 40 Medal of Honor recipients. The 2nd Infantry Division has been fighting and winning wars since 1917, the 100-year anniversary. Our hats off to them and a salute. Here we go, back to the game. First down for Temple, taking a shot and unable to grab that was Randall Jones.
He went with the double move right off the bat, trying to catch Army, being aggressive. There's Jay Bateman, the defensive coordinator. They have struggled here. 178 yards in the second half, giving up big plays. The 43-yard touchdown run by Armstead. They had a 50-yarder by Wright in the first half, the 37-yard reception by Jennings.
Averaging 8.4 a play is Temple to Army's 4.8. This is Ackerman. Beautiful play from Alex Ackerman, the dump truck as Bateman calls him. Comes up with a big play. That's a compliment, by the way. Big play. Alex Ackerman now with 8 tackles in the ballgame, Jim.
They need huge plays from this defense. Ackerman coming up from the outside. Gets bounced. Ackerman finds him, doesn't allow him to get outside. Break contain. That's how Armstead hit the big run on the last series.
Big play here. 3rd and 10.
Double A gap blitz.
Temple's 4 of 9. Here it comes. He got hit. Got rid of it, though. It's caught. They're going to give him progress. It was caught by Broderick Yancey, and Frank Newtile stood in there as long as he could and delivered a strike.
Watch McClinton come in here from the safety blitz. They picked up the double A gap blitz, and you're right. Newtile stood in there, knew he was going to get pounded, delivered a strike, got the first down. Big credit to him.
He has really come up big. Over 250 yards in the game. 12-yard gain there. He is 17 out of 24 now as Newtown in his first career start. Here's Armstead. Armstead getting outside, foot in the ground, and he smartly goes out of bounds to avoid the hit. Another first down for Temple.
Losing contain again. Jay Bateman's defense struggling to execute what he tells them to do. These are simple principles. Understand that you cannot allow that running back to get outside.
Gain of 17. Today's first down line being brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Nine and a half to go in this 4th quarter. Temple by 7. Armstead slipped his way through there for a good pickup of close to 5 on that run. Tackle made by Christensen and Nautigal, the 2 backers.
Nice little sidestep there by Armstead. He's going to get tackled. Smooth little sidestep, and then gets 5 yards. Makes something out of nothing.
He's looked very good today. So too is Frank Newtown, product of Don Bosco Prep. Here's Nautigal.
I'm incredibly impressed with Frank Newtown. For a guy who has not had an opportunity to play much, to step in behind an offensive line where 4 of your starters are out. He's been tough. He's delivered balls. Hasn't made big mistakes.
And the tip of the cap to that Temple offensive line, too.
Corner blitz.
Pump fake. Newtile. Open man. Kirkwood. He needed to be Shaquille O'Neal to catch that one. Couldn't reel it in. It was way too high for him. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Newtile knew they were coming with the corner blitz. He went exactly where the blitzer came from, and he had a man. He just couldn't hit him.
3rd and 6. So right now, if they gain nothing, Jay, you're looking at what, a 49-yard field goal attempt if they do that?
Mary missed one earlier in the game. He's got the leg as long as 52. Remember, they were in field goal range earlier in the game. They took a sack and knocked him out of field goal range.
And a penalty, too, on the drive. Kirkwood in motion. 3rd and 6. Newtile got a block, trying to run it. Can he get there? No! Army takes him down. They come in. Ackerman helped out. McClinton helped out. They get to it. Now a decision for Collins.
He lost a couple of yards. He should have thrown the ball away. I know you're trying to make a play. Newtown coming out. We're going to try a long field goal here. Be about 51. Ooh. Not much wind.
So Boomeri will try it.
Army's got a man back deep if it's short.
Reynolds Officially, they're calling it 52. Hit the upright on the last attempt, and
delay of game. Offense.
Oh, so another drive.
4th down.
Another drive or a penalty is likely going to come. What do they do now?
I don't think they kick a field goal now. You're going to bring your punter in, and now you have to pooch it down. You had an opportunity for points, and you let it get away from you again. You missed a field goal earlier when you were at the 1-yard line. Didn't get any points. That's on the holder. It's not the kicker. It's not anybody else. The holder has to know that your job is to watch the play clock and get the ball off. And if it's running down, then you got to signal for it. That's the holder's job. The kicker's focused on making the kick.
Or take a timeout.
Right. And the coaches could have taken a timeout as well.
Right. So 7 penalties for 40 yards. Starzyk trying to pin him, and he can't. Jones did a great job on his last punt, but he couldn't get under that one. With 7:34 to go. Can Army's offense put together a drive against Geoff Collins and Temple's D? The answer when we come back. There's more college football coming up next. 20th ranked UCF and their explosive offense look to remain undefeated when they face 5-1 Navy, carrying a nation's best 17-game home regular season win streak. Should be a good one there in that contest. And then later BYU, it takes on ECU at 7 Eastern, and Fresno State, they're red hot, and Mountain West play against San Diego State to close it out tonight.
Got some good teams on our air. Scott Frost got his nice rolling down there. First ever 5-0 start for UCF.
No question. So
lead the nation in scoring. You wouldn't think UCF would be the team leading the nation in scoring, but they are.
I would have never gotten that in 10 guesses. Seriously, I wouldn't have. Come on, Bradshaw. Can he orchestrate a drive here? This Temple defense has held Army, Jay, to 1 first down in this half. Chappelle Russell says, I got you, Bradshaw. Temple has 10 first downs in the half.
Just stunning. Tabor Johnson bringing the run blitzes. He told us intermittently that they would bring blitzes against this triple option. Not something you see often. Russell with the blitz there, gets the tackle for a loss and puts Army at a disadvantage, 2nd and 14.
Yeah, 171 yards for the Black Knights, who came into play on this Saturday. Number 2 team in the nation per game in rushing. Bradshaw, 13, now for 49 yards, delivers a strike. It is caught. It is Kel Walker. First down, Black Knights.
It's about time. That's what I've been looking for. Find a way to get Kel Walker the ball. You've been struggling right here. He's going to come across the screen. They fake that way.
32 yards on the game.
Here comes Kel Walker wide open. Nice gain for that offense. Like you said, Ben, that's only their first down of this second half.
Yeah, 32-yard pickup on the pitch and catch. Davidson's in the backfield as the fullback. Andy Davidson, good pickup there. That's what they want. You got 4 on the run. Clock approaching 6 minutes remaining in this game. Temple on top by 7. Today's first down line is being brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Second down and 6 from the 48 of Temple. Davidson remains in as the Army fullback. Gets it again. Davidson going to be short. Critical play coming up here. You got to figure this is 2-down territory at this point, Jay. It'll be 3rd and 2.
No question. Unless something drastic were to happen and they get sacked or a big fumble and the ball goes backwards. Yeah, they're in 2-down territory for sure.
Woolfolk comes into the game. Sorry, Jay.
I was going to say the same thing. It's all good.
Same page, man. Same page. There he is. Army 30% on the 3rd down conversions. Woolfolk. He's got it, and then some. Darnell Woolfolk takes it in. Touchdown as he marches in. How's that for a 3rd down conversion? 44 yards, his 3rd touchdown of the day. The hat trick for Darnell Woolfolk. Army a point away from tying it up. Wilson, big point after here for him. And he makes it look easy. So with 5:03 to go, we all love adrenaline, right, Feely? How about Woolfolk with some adrenaline here?
That was a shot of adrenaline. Bring in the fullback. He's fresh. He's got energy, and he explodes into the end zone, getting Army back tied, 21-21.
He's got the rock. Woolfolk barrels his way. What a run! Gets away. Heaves it out there. It's caught. Jerron Johnson with a catch. Flings it out there. Doherty. Gibson on the coverage. It's going to be P.I. Throwback. He's looking that way. He's got it. Touchdown.
Chris Creighton on the road saying, I'm going for 2 in the win right now.
Throwback. Gives it off. And they say no. He's shy. Jay, one of the best games our crew's had here in many years last Saturday, and we might very well be in store for another finish like that here today.
I'd take it. I saw a great finish on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Out in Oakland.
Again.
It was unbelievable.
Again.
Yeah.
Herb Brooks, again. Good ball game here. Schragg's got it teed up. Army finally cracking through in the second half on that drive, and Woolfolk cashing in. The touchdown run, 5 plays, 80 yards, took 2:31. Schrag boots it away. Mike Jones. Mike Jones still on his feet. Mike Jones trying to get by Schrag. He got some help. And a very good return there for Jones.
That's a game-saving type tackle right there for Nick Schrag. Coming up, Mike Jones, who's got wheels and speed, open field. Schrag did an excellent job of coming up, making the tackle.
Got some help from Glenn Coates as well on that stop.
They're trying to run a bounce return. Army's got contained. You got to come up and make that tackle. Here's Schrag coming over.
42-yard return. Great field position for Newtile. They stop this play. Flag flies. It'll back them up 5.
False start. Number 84. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
It's on Kenny Yeboah, their tight end, one of their tight ends, redshirt freshman out of Allentown, PA.
First and 15.
Push-ups. It's like our director Warren Pick. Just because he does the push-ups. So loss of 5. It's first.
Right in the slot, Ben.
Yep. First and 15. Dumped off. Catch is made by Myrick. He's had a couple of catches. Now his 3rd in the game. Cam Jones got him. 2nd down coming up. They'll need 9. And the 2nd down play if they hope to convert.
Gain of 6. 2nd and 9.
Newtile over 260 on the day. Armstead. Good job by the middle there. That was Raymond Wright. Had a penalty earlier. Good stop there from Wright. Stepped into the middle from the absence of Andrew McLean, the junior out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Bateman, what's he do here, Jay? Does he bring the heat?
It's a big stop if they can get it for this Army team. There's 4 minutes left in this game. Clock's going. If you want to have an opportunity, go down and try and kick a game-winning field goal. Need to get a stop. I'd go to Wright. He's your playmaker. He's made plays all day. Find a way to get him the ball in space.
They need the Army 48 to convert. Heat coming, pass delivered. Wright's got it. There it is, right on cue. Ran over a man. It was Jones. He takes the ball down. They're going to spot him down at the 34, and they convert again.
Coverage just too soft. You understand that Wright is going to get the ball. He just runs a little quick hitch. Newtile quickly gets him the ball, and then allow your playmaker to make plays. The pass was a little high, but Wright did a good job bringing it down, and he's just so good in the open field.
Gain of 18 on that pitch and catch.
One-handed.
What that snatch? One hand right up. Beautiful grab. And slipping down is Raquel Armstead there on first down.
I didn't know how good of a catch
I didn't either until we saw it.
That view.
Yeah.
That was spectacular.
It really was. 3 minutes and counting left. Down to crunch time. Army trying for its 6th win would put them in.
Army needs to think about taking some timeouts here at some point. If you want to, you're getting down, you're almost in field goal range already. Temple is.
6th win would put Army bowl eligible. Temple still a lot to play for, would put them at 4-4. On 2nd down, this is Armstead. Shake and bake his way through there, and he picks up. They're going to give him about 11, maybe a 12-yard gain with 2.5 to go, and the clock stopped until they move the chains.
Armstead, such a different look this year. Good job with the, or this week. Good job with the blocking up front. We've talked about it, that new offensive line. 4 different starters this week. They have acquitted themselves very well. There's Boumeri warming up. Missed one off the upright earlier. They had an opportunity to kick another field goal, took a delay of game. Logan Marchie, their quarterback, who's also the holder, didn't see the play clock.
First down, Temple. This is Rich Ravato, and good job by Ackerman and Wright. Alex Ackerman.
Timeout. Army, they're first.
So there's what you talked about, Jay. They take one, 1:50 to go. Shape it up for another fantastic finish here at Michie. 1:50 to play in the game, tied up at 21 apiece. Aaron Boumeri there on the left may get the opportunity to put his team up here, Jay.
He's hoping he can redeem himself after he missed the one off the upright. Here's the extra points we talked about. Attacking the middle, 185 yards rushing. Max Regan, they went after him. Jennings as well, they hit him on the post, stopped the fullback. Woolfolk has had a good game. Don't get distracted. The big 50-yard touchdown run by Wright was on one of those formations, those cheesesteak type formations.
Kirkwood goes in motion, now puts on the brakes. Armstead. Nautigal, surprise, surprise, there to greet him first. A short pickup of maybe a yard on that. Another timeout taken.
Timeout. Army, they're second. 30 seconds.
Army with 1 timeout remaining in the game with 1:46 to play, Jay.
Absolutely critical for Army to get a stop on this 3rd down. If Temple's able to convert, they can then take it all the way down and kick a field goal at the end of the game to win it, not leave Army any time left on the clock. They have to get a stop here on 3rd and 8. And if you're Temple, twice you've been in field goal range. Once you got a delay of game penalty, once you took a sack, you can't allow yourself any negative plays. Don't take a chance. If you're the quarterback with the ball, don't take a chance to throw an interception, and you can't afford a sack.
Temple 6 of 12 on 3rd down. Third and 8. Armstead, left side. Nowhere to go, broke out of there. Oh, he's got a first down, and he's gonna take it in. Touchdown! Armstead found a way to get free, was patient when he needed to be, and he houses another one, and Temple's up by 6. And the faithful supporting the Owls, loving that. 21 yards on that run.
Devastating for that Army defense. They had him stopped. Armstead got out and exploded. Now, had he taken a knee at the 1-yard line, they could have ran it all the way down to 1 second, and then they could have kicked a short field goal, like this extra point here, to win it.
Now Army's got to come back if they want to keep this game alive and score a touchdown. With 1:38 to go. Clearly, Raquel Armstead is healthy and looking good.
Nautical right there to make the play, unable to do it. Bounces outside. That was Gibson unable to make the play as well. Now, I know it's really hard to say he should stop on the 1 yard line. I've seen it in a couple of NFL games. There's Kirkwood outside getting a big block. And I'm with you, Ben. Armstead looks totally different than he has the rest of the year when we've watched his games.
He looks great. Led Temple with 14 rushing touchdowns last year. Jahad Thomas had 13. They were the only duo in the FBS to each have 900 or more yards. So today, his second touchdown, 15 for 146. Coming in, he had 277 yards. He's got 146 today. Here's Walker from the goal line. Paul Walker trying to get free, can't, and Temple gets him the 21-yard line. So 91 seconds to go. Sean Bradley in there to get him. 7-point lead for Temple, and Army has not lost at home since, well, a game we did last year, Jay. November 5 of 16, Jacoby Owens had a big day. Bradshaw came back with that play to Poe. Then it was McVay trotting in. And Arian Worthman, who made his first start in that game. Air Force One, and they clinched the CIC. Time now for Army to go to work. 2-1 this season. Games decided by 7 or less. Hopkins in, his pass incomplete at the 45-yard line, looking for John Trainer.
They bring in Hopkins because he's better at running the 2-minute. He had Adams underneath on a much easier throw, but that was perfect. It should have been a completion. It would have been a huge completion.
Yes. Fans reacting to it here on the scoreboard. So Calvin Hopkins, sophomore out of Charlotte, North Carolina, is in. 0 for 1 last week, 1 for 1 against Rice. Trying to put together a last-minute drive. That won't help. He overthrows Jordan Asbury. It's 3rd and 10 upcoming. Army's only got 1 timeout left if they have to give the ball up.
Geoff Monken's wondering what is going on. He's wide open. Just give him the ball. You don't have to sling it in there hard.
Right.
It's so difficult, though, when you don't throw the ball to then have to go out there in a situation 2-minute and win the game by throwing the ball.
Here's Ahmad Bradshaw on the sideline, hoping his offensive group can get him down the field. Down by 7, minute 19 to go, 3rd and 10.
Temple's got 7 guys sitting right by the sticks.
Hopkins using his feet, took a shot from Bradley. He got the first down, so the clock will stop until they get the change set. Minute 13 to play.
Gotta hurry up, get at the line, be ready to snap it as soon as it's wound. Clock's running now.
Hopkins gets rid of it, and this is incomplete, looking for Jermaine Adams. 2nd and 10 coming up. An even minute left for Monken's guys. Mention will keep you on top of one of the big storylines. Temple trying to get to 500. They want to get back to another bowl this year. Army, if they were able to win this game, would be bowl eligible with 6 wins.
Again, sitting back right at the sticks. Middle's wide open.
Hopkins, they're going to get him and drop him. Martin gets in there to finish him off, and Finch as well. Those 2 guys are outstanding for Jeff Collins and his defense.
Timeout. Army. Their 3rd and final of the game. 30 seconds.
So with 53 seconds left, they take the TO.
Right here at the bottom of the screen, only a 4-man rush. One of the things Brent Davis always talked to us about is the fact that it's hard for them to sit back and pass coverage and block and protect the quarterback, because they don't do that very often. 2 single-digit tough guys coming in there making the tackle.
Jacob Martin, a young man, number 9 from Aurora, Colorado. What a story he is. Shooting in a movie theater in Colorado in 2012. He and 6 of his friends were supposed to go. And they called the theater. They were out of tickets. They didn't go when that gunman opened fire that night. He is grateful and happy to be where he's at right now in this moment. Army now 3rd and 15, Jay.
No timeouts left. You don't have to get everything right here.
Hopkins, Finch, they double him. Hopkins on the run. Trainer makes the catch. Jones there. And I think he's a little short of the first down, right?
He was past it when he caught it. They're going to mark him short.
I'm with you, Jay. The clock continues to run. They're short. 4th down. Here's the ball game.
Don't need to throw it. You can run and get this first down. They're going to look at it.
Yep. They are. Yep. You're right.
Really, on the previous play, the play ended short of the line to gain. The play is under further review.
So Mullins will send it upstairs to Rusty Acree. Replay official here today. He'll hop on the headset with Keith Roden to discuss. Here we look back.
He had to get to about the 42.
Yes.
You see where his feet are in front of the 42 when he catches it.
This will be a good look. Same page.
There he is at the 44. See, I think that's a first down.
Oh, yeah.
He's about a half a yard in front of the 42.
I'm with you on that, Jay.
They'll give him the time back as well. Clock would have stopped.
To move the chains.
Move the chains.
Yep. So on the field, the call was a completed pass short of the first down. Let's take a look from this angle. Even on that angle, I mean, they give him the progress. He's there, right?
Yeah, because they marked it just in front of the 41.
Yeah. .25 seconds remain. Temple by 7. Jeff Monken on the right with his team. Jeff Collins on the left with his guys. What a second half Temple's had defensively.
Yeah, this would be a huge win for them. They've lost 3 of the last 4 games. Trying to get bowl eligible, trying to get back to the winning ways. They've won 10 games the last 2 years.
Yep.
If this is a first down, and they give it to Army, and I think, you know, the discussion they're having, they have to go back, look at the clock, understand where to put it. You have to be ready to snap that ball, because they're going to wind the clock. They move the chains, it'll wait, then they'll wind the clock, and you have to be ready to snap that ball. Have about 34 seconds.
Right.
You need about another 56 yards.
Right now, they've got the ball spotted just over the 41. The marker is just shy of the 42.
I think it'll be spotted past the 42, maybe a foot past it.
I agree with you on that. Mullins there in the middle. We'll look back again. So here's the game clock. So he's down there. So 48. So you're looking at about 18 seconds. No, 22 seconds. If that's exactly where they stopped it and agree on that. 25 on it now, so it'll be 22 seconds added.
Substantial amount of time that would go back on the clock.
Right.
And you would get the first down.
Yep. I think verdict is coming from Stuart Mullins here pretty quick.
This time has given Army, Brent Davis, Jeff Monken, the opportunity to get together, to talk about 2-3 plays, what we want to do, settle the team down. Listen, this game isn't over. We're going to have an opportunity here. You don't have to hit home run shots. Take what they give you, move the ball effectively, got to be quick and decisive with it. You can't take any sacks.
After review, the runner reached the 42-yard line, which results in a first down. When the player hit the ground, the clock was at 49 seconds. Clock operator, please reset the clock to 49 seconds, where it will start on my signal.
So from 25 seconds to 49. And they give him the first down.
Quickly, you got to snap it. Don't waste time.
Right, Army's out of timeouts. They're going to run it here with a Walker.
Now you got to hurry. This clock is running. You got to get up. I don't really understand that play.
Calvin Hopkins, the quarterback. Coming up on half a minute to play. Hopkins, far side. Walker, the catch, first down. Smartly gets out of bounds.
That was an excellent play. Good job executing, throwing the pass, completing it, getting the first down, getting out of bounds.
So 29 seconds remain. 6-yard pickup. 7-point lead for Temple. Hopkins. Finch is there. Hopkins near side. Looking at Adams. Incomplete. Clock stop with 23 seconds to go. Second down upcoming.
No timeouts for Army. They're at the 46-yard line. Need a touchdown. Cannot afford to take a sack. Really don't have time to run the ball here at all.
Second and 10, 46.
I'd try and get this ball to Kel Walker if I can.
He's in the slot, right? Hopkins fires and eject him. They say no. He was out of bounds, so third down coming up. The Houston product, Geoff Ejeckham, could not get his foot down.
Ejeckham dropped the ball. Walker was wide open. You could have thrown it to him, a 7-yard gain, and probably got out of bounds. Temple, again, they've done this entire drive. They have 4 guys standing right at the 6 sticks, 3 safeties behind them, preventing anything over the top, so there's a lot of room underneath.
Third and 10 from the 46. Hopkins gets rid of it. First down. Kel Walker. Clock will stop with 13 seconds to go. They'll wind when the chains are set.
Now you want to spike it. Get set. You can't have a penalty.
Gain of 21 on that last play prior to the spike. So you got 11 seconds left. What do you got? Realistically, you got 2, maybe 3 shots at the end zone?
You don't have to go all the way to the end zone, but you have to get a first down if you don't go to the end zone, because then you could spike it again.
What would you do here? Would you go to the end zone, or would you take whatever's there?
I would try and find Kel Walker again underneath here. If you run 2 clear-out routes, here's Kel Walker lined up. If you run 2 clear-out routes and then get him into space.
Here's Hopkins. Hopkins near side. Got the catch, Jermaine Adams. Jermaine Adams with a grab. 6 seconds left.
2 plays maybe now. It's third down. You're not worried about the first down here. Now you got to go to the end zone.
Gain of 9. Calvin Hopkins trying to orchestrate a potential game tying, or who knows, maybe another game-winning try for Army here. Timeout taken by Geoff Collins and Temple.
Their first smart timeout. Get your defense settled. Bring them over to the sidelines. Talk about the situation. You can't afford a penalty. Pass interference. We saw that in the Oakland game against Kansas City.
A couple times, right?
3 penalties in a row. 1 offensive, 2 defensive.
What a ball game this has been. Jeff Monken and his guys trying to protect the home field, trying to get to 6 wins, become bowl eligible for the 2nd time in as many years. They haven't been to a bowl game in back-to-back years in 32 years, 84 and 85. They beat Michigan State in the Cherry Bowl 10-6 in '84, and then beat Illinois by 2 in the Peach Bowl the next year.
It's been an excellent drive for Calvin Hopkins. He's done a good job in a tough situation where you're not comfortable. You haven't done it very much.
6 seconds remaining. Temple trying to get their coaches off the field. They had about 6 of them out there.
Jeckham's up top. He's 6'2".
Another timeout by Temple.
Timeout. Temple, their second. 30 seconds.
If you're not comfortable at all, if you don't think you got the right defense or communicator, you think you're rushing to get lined up, just take the timeout. No reason not to. Make sure you're on the same page defensively.
Calvin Hopkins, 4 of 11 for 51 yards. Came in to start this drive. He's the guy they call on when they need a 1 or a 2-minute drill put together, and so far he's got him down to the 16-yard line. Drive started with 1:31 left and a timeout remaining. Now you got 6 seconds. No timeouts. Temple with a timeout. And they don't want to take a penalty here.
Jeckham up top. That's who I go to. He's 6'2".
Hopkins. They bring the heat. He fires. Caught. It's caught for the touchdown. It is caught by Jermaine Adams. The grab, 16 yards with a second remaining. And a point after coming up to tie the game. Calvin Hopkins delivers, so does Jermaine Adams.
What a throw by Calvin Hopkins. Just back shoulder fade, throws it to Jermaine Adams. What an unbelievable throw and catch, and a great job by Hopkins. And now Blake Wilson has a chance to tie this game.
Out of the hole to Potter. And Wilson does that. So 1 second remaining on the clock. Barring a kick return for a touchdown, we're headed to overtime.
So what you do with 1 second, you hit an onside kick right up the middle. My rule, 1 second has to run off. You don't even allow them to have a returner to do anything. You just hit it 11 yards and understand that the game will be over.
Well, regulation will be.
Regulation, correct. And then we're going to overtime.
Right, right. Here's a look back at it.
Well, here's Jermaine Adams down at the bottom of your screen, and he's just going to run a straight go route, and they throw a back shoulder fade. Poor coverage. You know they're going to the end zone. You have to understand that. They have 6 seconds left, no timeouts, and what a strike by Hopkins. Excellent job by Jermaine Adams going up, securing the ball. Look at this strike.
Jermaine Adams came into this game with 1 catch for 14 yards. Calvin Hopkins, a season high, 5 completions in this ball game. And the game has been tied up at 28. For those of you tuning in for number 20, UCF and Navy, you'll be able to find that game online at cbssports.com/live as soon as it kicks off, and we'll get you out there as soon as this one's complete to Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in Annapolis.
If you hit this ball high and you allow them to fair catch it, then no time's going to go off. They're going to get a play to make sure this ball is on the ground.
Here goes Schrag. It's a rugby scrum.
Perfect play. That's exactly what you do. Geoff Monken, very smart, situationally on special teams.
So Collins and his guys could not stop Army on the final drive of the game. Geoff Monken and his guys orchestrate a game-tying drive. Jermaine Adams right there, the touchdown catch. And we're tied at 28, headed to overtime. Well, 60 minutes, not enough.
Even numbered extra periods. The loser of the first toss has the first choice in all odd numbered extra periods. Any questions, men? All right, a little different coin than we used at the beginning of the game. President Kennedy is heads. Independence Hall is tails. What is your choice?
Heads.
Heads is the call. And it is heads. Temple has won the toss.
Play defense.
Play defense. Switch in, man. Down there. Flip around here for me, gentlemen. All right. Wait, hold on.
We want to score down.
You want to play down there.
Yeah, play
right. Okay, we're good. All right. Temple won the toss and chose to go on defense first. Army will have the ball. 1st and 10 at the plus 25-yard line. Good luck, gentlemen.
Now that we've got that squared away, we'll look at the rules here, Jay Feely, as we are set to begin overtime here from Michie Stadium.
Well, the ball starts at the 25. Got to try and score. You can kick a field goal if you want. That's why I like going second. I want to be on offense second. I want to put my defense out there first, understand the situation, what I need.
And Army all-time here at home, 5-0. 7-4 overall, home and away. Last overtime win at home, 2009 against Vanderbilt. They won 16-13.
Tough for that defense to go right back out there. Army went 14 plays, 79 yards for the score, and the deflating aspect of it.
No question. Here goes Woolfolk trying to further deflate him. He's got a first down inside of the just over the 15, it looks. He's got it.
Tackled by Finch.
Finch and Foster on the stop. First possession of overtime. It's the overtime game for Army in the bowl game. That was a classic for them. They won. Russell on the tackle there for Temple. Ball just over the 10-yard line.
Woolfolk's got 125 yards, 3 touchdowns now.
He gets it again. They meet him head on. He's going nowhere that particular run. Russell once again in there. He has been good for them today.
He's got 18 carries. They told us they were looking 20, 25 plays for Woolfolk. Last week it was 10 plays. Coming back from that injury in the Ohio State game.
He had 9 carries a week ago. Comes out here for Kalen Holt. Walker and Trainer. The other running backs. Here's a toss. Walker trying to get outside. And they're going to get him. Bradley forces him out of bounds. Sean Bradley and Franklin force him out. So it is decision time, 4th down.
Lost yardage, so can't go for it. Now you have to bring in Blake Wilson to try and kick a field goal. He has not missed a kick since Potter became the holder. It was Ahmad Bradshaw at the beginning of the year. He dropped one on an extra point. They made the switch to Potter.
So to give Army a 3-point lead from 29 yards out. Good snap, good hold. Wilson is right down the middle. Army's got the lead by 3. Temple will get it. Temple can win the game with a touchdown.
That's why you like to go second. Understanding the situation, okay, they kicked a field goal. We can win it with a touchdown and tie it with a field goal.
Jay Bateman, his defense now, will be put to the test. This Temple offense that's had some big plays against them today, more than we've seen all year.
They've looked good. Both teams at times have looked explosive today. Army early, then Temple throughout the game, and then obviously Army on that last drive. Hopkins coming in, leading them down, tying the game. Keep an eye on Wright. Wherever he is, you have to understand, if you're Army, where Isaiah Wright is lined up.
Number 13.
They didn't do one of these formations the entire second half. But Isaiah Wright, who's at the Wildcat quarterback, he scored from this formation. They ran a little quarterback sweep left.
Here he goes. Wright's got it. Gets around one, spins. And he'll be gang tackled and stopped. They're going to give him progress to the 20. So 2nd down and 5 coming up. Newtown comes back in. Gibby Gibson led the charge. As you see, Temple, their first overtime game, in over 5 years they won against UConn. Trying to beat Army here today. Armstead is in a monster days in with Hood, the 2 running backs. Armstead trying to get outside. And he's forced out. Good job by Christensen to get over there and force him out. So 3rd down and short coming up. Gain of 3. 3rd and 2 they need to convert.
Geoff Monken down there firing up the troops.
He fired them up last week after the win. Bench pressing sideline chairs. 3rd and 2. Armstead leads, and he's going to have the 1st down. Just across the 15-yard line.
Tough, hard, physical run by Armstead. Looked like he was not going to get it. Got hit in the backfield, put his head down, ran through, powered for the 1st down. Here's the initial contact right there, and he got another 1.5 yards. Excellent job.
He has been great today. Indeed, what the front of that helmet says, tough. He has been Temple tough. He remains in the game to the left of Newtown. Touchdown wins it for Temple. Newtown fires. And short pickup. It's Ventel Bryant on the reception. The number 20 ranked UCF at Navy game is now underway and now available at cbssports.com/live. We'll get you out there as soon as this one is over. John Sadek, Randy Cross, and Sheehan Stanwick Birch on the call that one.
I'll give this ball to Armstead again.
Newtown to the air, Bryant. And doesn't get the flag. McClinton was on the coverage. 3rd and 5 upcoming for Temple.
Went with the fade. There's McClinton. Both of them fighting. Doesn't look for the ball. I think they could have called it for sure. They could have called it either way.
Yeah.
There was a lot of hand fighting. You got a big 3rd down play here.
3rd and 5. Temple scores the touchdown. They win the game. Utah. Armstead. They got him. It's Max Regan. Comes up with a huge play after he's had a couple of plays he'd like to forget about, and he makes the stop.
Big play for Max Regan. He struggled throughout this game, had a tough couple of weeks, but you got to put that behind you. You have to forget about it. Come out there and make the play. Speaking of forgetting about it, Boomerry's got to forget about the miss that he had, his first miss of his college career inside 40 yards, going the same way.
Trying to tie the game and force a second overtime. 27-yard attempt. And a timeout was taken.
Geoff Monken.
Timeout, Army. They're 1 timeout for the first extra period.
There you go. Trying to
30 seconds.
Rattle Boomerry.
Well, you want him to think about it. You know he missed a kick going the same way, so the pressure's on. You feel it as a kicker, the fact that you let your team down. You know, if you made that kick, you would maybe have not gone to overtime.
Here's the miss you were talking about, Jay, earlier.
It's a good snap and hold. He just pushes it a little bit. It hits the upright. It's no good. I said that was his first miss inside of 40 yards. He was a walk-on. Came in last year when Jones, their great kicker, got hurt. He was 15 of 17 last year. He's done a really good job.
So here he comes back on to try and force a second overtime. Monken used his time out there trying to ice him. Just inside of the left hash. Gets it down on the way, missed it! He missed it! Army wins it! Aaron Boomerry missed it! And Army wins in overtime, 31-28. The Black Knights are bowl eligible for a second straight year. What a game, what a finish, Jay.
Geoff Monken, give him credit. He called the timeout when Bumeri made him think about it. And the sophomore pulled the second attempt. He's heartbroken. I understand. I've been there, young man. It hurts. But for Army, what a huge win. To be down, to go the length of the field, 79 yards. With Hopkins in there, you don't throw the ball, but you're in a situation where you have to. 14 plays, 79 yards in a minute 30. Tie the game, and then they win it in overtime.
What a game.
What's Geoff Monken going to pick up and celebrate with this?
I don't know, but our cameras will be watching him. Last week, he picked up a sideline chair from Eastern Michigan and was hoisting it, getting the Corps of Cadets fired up. There goes Monken. He might grab the bench. He's sending him in.
He's sending him up with the Corps. How great is that?
I love it. He's sending him in with the Corps of Cadets. As we mentioned, they're bowl eligible. 6 wins, 2 losses. They're undefeated at home. There's a chair in there. They're waiting for it. Monken going right in there. Oh, the fire and passion he has. 6th straight win at home under Monken. Their longest streak in 21 years. Look at that. Oh, he loves this place.
He is quickly becoming a cult figure.
He is.
The passion that he has for this school, for this football team, but for all of the cadets here and everything that they go through. He talks to us about it all the time, knowing the sacrifices that they have to put out on a daily basis.
Oh, my. What a win. What a victory for Army. What a day. What a last couple of weeks, Feely.
Some good football, some exciting football.
Really good football here. 6-2, the Army West Point alma mater, as they're trying to get the kicking net moved out of there, and is coming up, and we'll get you out to Annapolis. Let's now listen, watch, and take part in the West Point Army alma mater. Oh, what a picture. 6-2, bowl eligible is Army.
Here's the miss. The laces were to the side. Bumeri picks his head up early because you're worried about the result. It pulls your hips through, misses the kick, and Army with the victory.
We'll go now to Annapolis. More college football. Number 20 UCF takes on Navy. John Sadak, Randy Cross, and Stanwick Birch on the call.